Welcome back to another episode of Stay on Target. I'm your host, Dustin. Thanks for tuning in with us tonight, man. We got a lot to get into, and we're pumped and excited to talk to all you good people out there and get into things. So let's blast into the rundown. We got question of the week. We got Holonet news. We got game time, and we'll end it with questions from you. And I'm sure along the way, a lot of other things are going to happen. You never know what's going to happen on the show. It's a live show. So get your questions in now so we can answer them later. But speaking of bombshells, our first panelist sounds like he took a thermal detonator to the head because he now only speaks Huttese. Say a Huttese hello to everyone out there, Nick.
Daiwanawanga.
We're only going to speak in Huttese the rest. You're only allowed to speak in Huttese the rest of the show. That'd be so tough. No, you can. You don't.
Could it be done?
You don't have to do that. I'm sorry. How's it going, Nick?
It's going.
You glad to be here?
Somewhat. I didn't know I was supposed to speak Huttese the whole show.
I love just.
Wouldn't that be hilarious though,
Completely threw under the bus.
if I just learned all Huttese
Yes.
and just started speaking it fluently? And you're just
That's a hobo.
yeah. Oh,
That'd be amazing, actually, if you did that. I'm sure people in the chat can probably speak Huttese. All right, and next we have the one, the only. He's back. He's flying the ship. He's keeping things together. It's the pilot, Dan.
How
What's
you
up,
guys
man?
doing? I'm keeping things together. I'm excited to be here. I don't speak Huttese. I don't speak anything. I barely speak. Okay, but I can fly this ship, and I'm excited to be here. It's going to be a great old time. I see everybody hanging out in the chat. I just want to hear Nick speak Huttese the whole time now.
Yeah.
Dimi Chasahopa.
Yes. That was really good. Oh man. Dan's not used to this mic setup.
No, this is great. I love it.
It is.
Studio B is beautiful. B for beautiful.
Beautiful.
B for bonkers.
I feel like our show we should lead off with the ability to speak does not make one intelligent.
That is
As you
100%
can
true.
see
That is
from us.
That's our show.
I speak Danakese, says Skylark. Yeah.
Speaking of intelligent people, last but definitely not least, we have the one, the only, the fact checker. What's up, fact checker?
Someone's got to be intelligent around here.
Intelligent?
You're back too.
Nick, you know it.
Intelligent?
Yeah, I'm back. I'm happy to be here.
Yay.
Because I know you guys missed me
Wait,
so
she wasn't
much.
here last week?
Oh, right. I heard your comments, Nick.
Yeah,
What'd I say?
banta.
I don't remember.
I don't remember either, but I heard them.
Ah, see?
It's like
She
a
wasn't
banta.
It's like a banta.
Bantha.
You had lots of banter, and then Matt halfway through the stream.
You could see us.
Yeah, he's
That's
like,
what it
what?
was. She can see us?
Classic Matt move. Classic
Definitely.
Matt
We
move.
miss him tonight.
Classic, man.
Definitely. Speaking of missing,
where's Matt?
Yeah, he's busy. He
Oh.
is a busy boy.
Oh, that's right.
Yep.
Oh, yeah. Let's just see. Moving on.
No, he'll be back. Don't you worry.
I'm keeping his seat warm.
You're keeping his seat warm.
You're actually
All
keeping
cold.
Dustin's seat warm.
Yeah, we all kind of
Dustin
did
is
a
keeping Matt's
switcheroo.
seat warm.
That's true.
I'm
I'm
keeping
Matt
my own
tonight.
seat warm.
Nick, you please keep your own seat warm. Let me keep mine. I'll keep Christmas in my way. You keep Christmas in yours.
What is that from?
It's from
Name that reference.
I don't even know what that's from.
It's from a Christmas movie.
Christmas Carol.
Oh, dude, that's hilarious.
Yeah, it was the uncle talking to, or the nephew talking to the uncle, right?
Yes.
Something.
All right. Well,
That's it.
we Scrooged that one.
Scrooged up.
No. We got lots to get into. But before we do, who's with us tonight in the chat, fact checker?
Yeah, we've got Hannah, our moderator, who was recently a birthday gal along with Night Sky. So happy to have her here tonight.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Belated now.
Oh,
but
I'm so sorry.
yes.
Happy belated birthday.
And then, we've got Skylark.
You can only say happy birthday on their birthday, you fool. Fly, you fool. Fly, you fool. All right, sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, Skylark's hanging out. Shouted out to Dan earlier. And we've got Carla, Tamerkins, Mrs. Manrique, Sonia, and the Ninjaneer.
What's up,
said,
Ninjaneer?
I'm not sure. He, Rue,
Hero.
Something like that. Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's
Thank you. You're better at that.
Nailed it. We speak Ninjaneer.
Yeah, there you go.
We speak Ninjaneer.
And then I know Icy was here. Did I say
Nice.
Sonia? Yeah, good crew.
Angelina Serini just jumped in. What's up? Hello. Thanks for joining in.
And then we
Hello.
also have Brittany Taylor also.
Brittany. Oh, what's up, Brittany?
Yeah.
Thanks for joining in. Man, we appreciate everybody
Yes.
joining in with us tonight and listening to the babblings and ramblings of some crazy people. It's
Indeed.
Stay on Target, where we do everything but. So, batten down the hatches. We're going to get into things, all right? But thanks for joining in. Before we go any further, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, tell your friends, tell your enemies, tell your frenemies about us so we can continue to grow this wonderful community together. And with all of us together, we can make Star Wars
Butter.
We can definitely make butter out of Star Wars. And that's the wholesome, that's like the meat. That's like the fat. That's the tasty part
Yeah.
of Star Wars. And that's why we always say butter, right?
It's like a home cooked meal with butter.
How do you pronounce that in Huttese? All right. Anyway. All right. Much to see. Moving on. We like to start things off with a question of the week. So we're going to jump right into the question of the week.
Sure thing, buddy boy.
Sure thing, butter boy.
Wouldn't you like to know, weather boy?
That's,
I love that reference.
yes, that's a great reference. All right. The question of the week, though, is which Jedi would have been better as a Sith? So that's the question of the week. Better as in maybe scarier or more effective or possibly more powerful. That's kind of the criteria. Criteria.
Criteria.
The criteria I'm going off of with this. So, think about it.
Deal with it.
Deal with it. But I want to hear from everybody, all you gonkers in the chat, and I want to hear from everybody here on the panel. I can already think of one that I think would be an amazing dark side user.
Dooku?
But oh, too soon.
Oh, got him.
Dooku'd him.
Oh no!
What?
Don't make that a thing.
No, I probably should. You just got Dooku'd.
It's a thing now.
It's now a thing for the rest of the night. Get ready.
Dang
Dooku.
it.
Batten down the Dooku's.
We can make any Star Wars name butter or a verb.
Grub Killer just jumped in and said, "I mean Count Dooku." So
I mean-
he's
Yeah.
on the same page, which is maybe unfortunate.
What's up, Grub Killer? It's been a while. Miss you, man. Every single shot, right now.
Every
That's right.
single shot.
No, Grub Killer is the one who suggested the epic finale of our live stream for Jedi Survivor, which was
It will live in infamy.
it will live in infamy. The trucker
Trucker cow.
Yeah, absolutely
cow.
amazing. All right, what do you guys think though? Who are you guys saying here on the panel? How about you, Nick?
I think Nick.
Nick is going to
That's
be
the answer.
Well, no, Nick's a Sith.
I'm already a Sith.
He can't.
it
the,
works.
The question
Either
is,
way.
It's like
what do you make a
poetry.
better
They
Jedi?
rhyme.
Oh,
No.
Okay.
Negatory?
Niet.
Niet.
Yep.
Nine.
Nine.
I'm just trying to think right now.
it's really hard for you, isn't it?
It is.
Oh, you just got Dooku'd.
Dooku.
Not again.
Yes, here we go.
Dooku.
Dooku'd. Do you want me to come back to you?
Yoda.
Oh, dude.
Because they say he's like the most powerful,
Right?
but he doesn't. Looks like as a dark side user.
Well, they go into that in Clone Wars, and his
Oh,
alter
yeah, they
ego,
do.
his
Yeah,
dark
yeah,
side,
yeah,
is
yeah.
named
So more
Dot,
of that. More of that.
which is weird. Dot. That's weird.
Dot?
But yeah, that's actually his Sith alter ego is
Are you
Dot.
sure it's not just his evil twin?
I think it was Dot, so he couldn't say it funny. It's just that.
Dot.
Todd.
Todd.
No, Dot. Yeah,
It's Yoda backwards.
but it is quite.
Doi.
A doy.
It's quite
support that one.
Yeah.
intimidating. Do you remember that, Dan, from Clone Wars?
Yeah, I remember everything.
Is that like right in the beginning?
From what?
No. It's later on in the closer to the not the Mortis. It's like the Wills when he goes to see the Wills.
Yeah.
He's got to kind of
Will Ferrell?
no, because it's almost like the. Well, oh no! All right,
Wow.
it's kind of like whenever you become a Force ghost, or like the test to become a Force ghost. That's
Yeah.
like one of the
have to
things they
face
test
your
him with.
alter ego.
Yeah, he has to face
Yeah,
his dark
I do.
side.
I absolutely remember that. And it was freaky.
it was
It
freaky.
was very
I
freaky.
don't remember that one.
Darth Yoda.
I'm sure
Yeah.
I'm sure I would if I
Yeah.
saw it and be like, oh yeah.
You
It was-
definitely got to check that out.
It was like season 4 or 5.
Yeah.
I mean, pretty peak Clone Wars.
Was it just his episode?
I think so.
Kinda, yeah.
Just Yoder.
Yoder. I think he
Adoy.
took. Didn't he take R2 with him too?
Adoy.
I think he took R2 with him.
Oh, is that where the
Wills.
his Jedi starship comes in?
Yeah.
Yep.
The Lego set.
Yeah, dude, that one's awesome. I want to get that one.
Is it awesome though?
I like that one.
It's small.
It is small,
Yoda's small.
but it makes sense.
R2's small.
Yeah.
The price is big though.
The price is right.
The price is right.
Well, speaking of Yoda, KG, who's in the chat. Good
What's
to
up,
see
KG?
you. So is Kirsten. Good to
Keeping
see
it G
you too.
rated.
Hello.
What's up, Kirsten? Thanks for joining in.
Yeah, KG said, I would like to see a dark version of the Yoda species.
Ooh, yes.
So I'm on the same page.
Well,
still
check that
don't know what
episode
they're
out.
called.
We're not sure what episode. Maybe the fact checker can do her job and fact check it.
Oh,
Wait, what?
Whoa!
I just dooku'd her.
Dooku'd!
No,
Can you find out what
don't use
episode?
that against me.
You've turned her against me. Oh man, no,
Am I
but
looking up some episode?
yeah.
or
So
something?
can you
Dot.
look up the episode of the Clone Wars where Yoda's alter ego Dot shows up? So the Sith side, basically.
What
If you could look that, that'd be great.
Doda.
What about you, Dan? Do you have a Sith
evil.
or a Jedi that would be better as a Sith?
I don't think Obi-Wan would have made a very good Sith.
He wouldn't give up though. He's
But then again,
tenacious.
maybe he would. He can take a bunch of punches and keep getting back up.
Yeah.
That's
so-
the thing.
But no, if he went Sith,
Yeah.
he would get punched once and he'd stay down.
He'd probably stay down, yeah. A Jedi that would make a better Sith?
Yes.
Kanan would have been a scary Sith.
Oh, dude,
Kanan would have been a scary Sith. He would have been,
Dark Sith.
yeah. Without even seeing, he would have destroyed a lot of people.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm gonna say Kanan.
Kanan.
Yeah. I don't think Ezra. I mean, Ezra was
They
he
showed
dabbled.
that. Yeah, they dabbled.
He's a dabbler.
He's a dabbler.
But yeah, I think Kanan would be a good one. That'd be interesting to see. I mean, if they give us some kind of a, I liked seeing young Kanan. Why couldn't we get more young Kanan in the Bad Batch?
Right.
Yeah, that would have been
They
better
teased
than-
us. I wish they would have given us a little
Honestly,
bit more
give
of
us
young
that
Kanan.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
just young Kanan.
Yeah, the adventures of young Kanan and
would-
all he has to go through until
And
he
who's
gets to
his
Rebels.
master that they could follow along and just maybe that would be the next Tales of the Jedi.
Yeah.
That would be amazing,
could do it.
actually. And then leading up to that Order 66 moment, so like you see them, and then you see it from his perspective, and he runs into the Bad Batch, and that's where it
Yeah.
ends.
Yeah.
What
Stuff writes itself.
It does write itself. Come
Right.
on, that's all you
Yeah.
got to do.
That's great. No, I like that answer. That's a really good one. What about you, fact checker? Do you have a Jedi
Can
that
you
would be
name
better as a
at
Sith?
least 3 Jedi
Yes.
that we haven't named.
Probably, yes.
Okay, go
Maybe
ahead.
Been doing a
Windu,
research.
Qui-Gon Jinn, Ahsoka.
Okay, name a deep cut.
Those are all deep cuts, aren't they?
No. Those are all vanilla.
Oh, well, this is
Well, not really.
okay. But my answer to the question of the week would be Qui-Gon. I think he was very
Ooh.
strategic, very smart,
Yeah.
and maybe he'd live longer, and we could see more of him.
I know. I miss Qui-Gon.
Yeah,
Poor Qui.
He's Qui-Gon.
I know.
He was Qui-Gon too soon.
Qui gone way too
Let
soon.
Qui-Gons be bygones.
I mean, he was
Dooku
just
Qui-Goned him.
Well, the funny thing is,
He got Dooku.
the word or the phrase QUI in Italian means here, so it's here and gone.
Gone here.
Oh.
here and gone.
Apps
Research.
for
Look at
his,
this.
his name in the first movie.
Yes, exactly.
Look at this.
Fact checker bringing the facts, bringing the
checker doing
secret
her
facts we didn't
job?
even know.
Yeah.
Wow.
As if the person who wrote the character of Qui-Gon knew something about knock on all soundtrack naming
Yeah,
people.
that was terrible.
death
That
of
was the
Qui-Gon.
dumbest thing.
Wait, what?
I mean,
Was it the death of, or was it his noble end?
I think it's Qui-Gon's Noble End.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the problem is they
Qui-Gon
released
dies.
they released the album like the day the movie came out or the day before or something.
Yeah,
and
so it
the-
totally spoiled it.
you actually had to go to the store to pick up the CD, the
You pick it
compact
up.
disc.
What's this?
There was no YouTube when that movie came out.
No, there definitely wasn't.
Yeah.
U-tubs.
And so you had to go to like what were the various
too soon.
disc like FYE, remember FYE
Oh, yeah.
and
For
like
your entertainment.
maybe you
it's
could
still around.
is it?
It is, yeah. All right.
All right.
Thanks for that stroll down memory lane, Dan.
You said
I
Qui-Gon, I said don't mess up the soundtrack titles.
He's like,
You remember back in the day?
Back in my
the cassette player.
You had to press rewind.
Sometimes it gets stuck in the machine and go.
And you play it too many times and it go.
You take it out and it's all, and you gotta.
Exactly.
Exactly.
Takes like 10
Memory
years.
lane. Memory lane.
And then it never sounds right after that because it's all
Yes.
bent and stuff.
Yeah.
That was the worst day.
It all starts skipping. Yariel poof.
Yeah, I was wondering,
Yeah.
that would be scary.
It would be.
The long neck, like the head just popping around a corner.
Just
That would be terrifying. Also, Plo Koon would be terrifying
Koon.
because that deep voice and
Yeah.
that look, that'd be
Oh
a
my
terrifying Sith. And he was powerful. He was very powerful in the Force. But my actual answer, I was gonna go with is kind of a cheat though.
Is it Kayadamundi?
It's Mace Windu.
Mace.
He already dabbles in the dark side, and I think
yeah.
if he went full dark side,
Yeah, sure.
that purple blade, like,
Scary.
yeah, that's terrifying to me.
Yeah.
because he technically defeated the Emperor,
Yeah.
almost basically one on one.
And he never died.
Yeah, I don't think he's dead. I think he's coming back. I think he's coming back.
Well,
But
they better get him before he literally passes
oh
away.
yeah,
Right.
that's a Disney MO there.
Disney's
Disney
like,
Star Wars
"They're
MO.
gonna- Let's
They'll
wait
probably
till they're-
kill him off anyway.
Actually, I don't even know if I want them to bring him back because
I
they're
know.
totally going to screw it up,
Yep.
like horribly. You know
They
they're gonna
might
screw it up
not.
horribly.
They might not. I'm kidding. They will.
I don't know. Just looking at their track record right now, there's a lot more they've screwed up than what they've gotten right. I'll just say that.
Yeah.
Almost everything. All right, what's the chat saying though? I know the
Can
chat's
you
got
guys
a lot
read
of them.
through some of those? I'm still trying to
read 'em.
do
No, you
research.
read
Oh,
them.
sorry. Is it
Well, you
difficult to
said-
find?
It's
Yeah.
called multitasking.
Kirsten says
okay?
maybe Quinlan or Yoda.
Yeah,
Quinlan
Quinlan.
Voss would be interesting.
Oh, Quinlan. Yeah.
Yeah.
That would be very
He'll find you.
interesting.
He'll
Well,
find you.
He'll find you.
yeah, because in the books,
Track
it
you
actually
down.
kind of happens to him in some ways. He does go a little
Really?
dark. And
Tell
he's-
us, Dustin.
He's a little scary.
Well, I mean,
he's a bit scary.
That's so funny.
What's
yeah.
funny?
Skylark said, Dustin and Nick both said my answer. LOL. You guys were copying Skylark.
Or do
Wait,
we
what?
do her? I don't
What
know.
was your answer?
Whatever you said.
Yeah, but you and Dustin said.
I said Mace Windu. You said. Didn't
I
you
said
say
Yoda.
You said Yoda. Yeah.
Did we say Yariel Poof? Is that what it was?
Yeah, that's exactly what
Definitely
it was.
Yariel. Yeah.
Yariel.
Or Kayadamundi?
Yariel.
Yariel.
Yariel, are you there?
Are you there?
Yo-yo and you're the Yariel.
My name's Yoda. Speak weird, I do.
All right, some other answers since apparently.
Yeah, sorry.
We don't know how to
We don't know how to read.
Yeah.
Oh, Plo Koon.
Yes.
yeah.
That's what she said.
Okay. Mrs. Manrique said Luminara.
Yeah.
Ooh, that
So-
yeah, because she was
Yeah.
very powerful in the Force. Trained a lot of them too. Sorry, go ahead.
And engineer said Mace flew out the window.
He did. He did that. I think he could. I think he survived.
Do you think that's why
I
he
hope
named
so.
him Mace Windu? So one because he
mean,
knew his
why
ultimate
not?
demise.
It's usually
what he's
simpler than
Like
you think.
Qui-Gon,
Like
Mace
Qui-Gon.
Windu. They'll never see it coming.
Anakin Skywalker?
Sky's gonna walk.
He doesn't walk, though.
Yeah, he
gets
doesn't.
crippled.
Well, it used to be Star Killer. Remember?
It's ironic because
Yeah.
he loses all his legs.
Yeah.
Walker,
To be exact.
He's gonna need a walker. Oh gosh, that's terrible. I'm
True.
too soon.
All right, Kirsten said maybe Quinlan Voss or Yoda.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep.
Let's see.
Yoda.
You seek Yoda.
Jar Jar Binks.
Jar Jar Binks.
He's
He's
not
already
a-
a Sith.
Oh, well,
I still think he's a Sith.
but he wasn't a Jedi. That was the question.
He was a Bombad Jedi.
No.
He was a Bombad Jedi.
Is that a
that's true.
deep cut?
It is, actually.
He just dooku'd me.
Doesn't he pretend? Doesn't he pretend to be one in the Clone Wars?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah, he does.
So technically,
funny.
that's a real
Okay,
answer.
Sure, Nick.
the
Sure.
ability to speak does
Yeah.
not make one intelligent.
I know this. I know that.
I know
Yes, I know that. I know that.
Is it? All right, what else are they saying?
Let's see. Oh, Hannah had said Ahsoka, if she teamed up with Maul, she would love that as a what if.
Yeah, that's
Oh, that would have been a really good. Yeah,
Yeah.
that would have been terrifying too. Can you
Has somebody done that as a what if? I think so.
I'm sure.
Maybe.
I'm sure somebody somewhere has done a what if of everything we've said.
You know what they need
Probably.
to do?
There are
though?
more what ifs than I think there are stars in the sky.
Yeah. They actually need to
True.
make a Star Wars what if show.
they should.
Yeah,
that would
I think
be
they were working on it.
absolutely
I do
wonderful.
believe they were working on that.
Yeah.
I'd love to see Star Wars versions of what ifs. They're like, what if Luke didn't exist?
Yeah.
wait, you already
Wait,
did
we
that.
already got
Wait a
that.
What if Luke turned into a crotchety old man?
Dan, you just dooku'd
Oh, wait, he
Disney
already
Star
did.
Wars.
Disney.
I just got
That was
Do
good.
better.
Dooku better.
Dooku.
Don't get Dooku'd. Yeah, it's true. But I think that What If would be, I mean, Ahsoka and Maul, that was quite a moment. I liked seeing
I
them
love
work
that.
together, actually.
Right.
That was kind of cool.
That was doing the hallway scene
Yeah.
there too, and he just like,
Yep.
oh man. That
Now,
was,
I mean, you
was
know,
brutal.
what if Maul had not died at Obi-Wan's hand and he had turned good and teamed up with Obi-Wan?
Yeah. Oh
Like
yeah.
they
That was,
became best
cop
buds. He has
that
to
was
die?
okay. That was going to be my follow-up question. Was
okay.
who do you think would have been a better
better
Jedi than Sith?
Easy
And-
answer, Revan.
Ooh.
That's what an engineer just said.
Oh, what?
Yeah, so the best Jedi already became Sith, Revan, and Exar Kun.
Yep.
Exakun.
Exakun.
Exakun. Yeah.
Yeah.
Actually, Maul is the one that I would want to see, like you were just saying,
Yeah.
Dan.
As a good guy.
I would really like to see Maul as a good guy, just for. He just needs a win, you know.
Yeah, he does.
That guy never gets a win.
He doesn't.
And for some reason, I
loses
want
a
him to
lot.
win. Like for
Yeah.
all he's gone through, that's why I
Gone
didn't
through.
actually like his end. I did not. It's controversial here, but I did not like how they ended his arc.
I feel like they should have drawn it out a lot more.
It was lame, in my
And
opinion.
it was just
It
sad
lame.
because
I thought it was-
his whole life amounted to nothing. pretty
I'll
much.
just say this. It was a very Dave Filoni thing to do, but not a George Lucas ending. I'll say that much. And you take that for what it is, but in my opinion, the George Lucas would have been a lot better.
Yeah. Also,
Just saying.
Well, George Lucas was bringing him back, right?
Yeah, but I'm saying how he ends.
But didn't he write that in his way he brought him back and the way he double ended him? He probably brought him back
No.
so that Obi-Wan could finish him off again.
yeah.
But he kind of was redeemed, but not really.
But also, what's in the sand on Tatooine? Because Obi-Wan is
true.
like 20 years older.
Yeah.
And Maul
Maul
looks like
is-
he hasn't aged a day.
Well,
Yeah, right.
I think it's a Brax. It's like
When you're
it's,
that handsome, you just
it's the
Wait, Maul?
horns. The horns, I guess, keep you young. I don't know.
yeah, it's the horns.
You got something for the mall over there? Fact checker.
He's a
Fact checker.
fighter.
He's a fighter.
He's a fighter.
Just
so
ignore
handsome.
her. Ignore her.
Oh my!
I love the devil in him.
I love the red.
I love the horns.
The dual lightsabers.
Oh god!
I love
my
the
goodness.
vengeance.
KG says a dark Chirrut and Baze duo.
I like that.
Yep.
That would be interesting. Although I like
would
those
be.
guys, they're kind of
Yeah.
fun. But I just want to see. I just wanted to see
wanted-
him do more stuff.
I wanted
Yeah.
Jiro to actually like have a lightsaber.
Yeah, that was such a
'Cause
cop
I
out
was
for
like,
me.
why doesn't he have
That's
a
what
lightsaber?
I'm. Yeah.
They should have made him a Jedi, dude.
Yeah.
I would love to see an animated
Donnie
tale with
Yen,
those
man.
two guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Donnie Yen. Why do you not make Donnie Yen again? A huge miss on Disney's part, in my opinion. So
What do you guys think about that though? If they did like an animated
Donnie-
tale of those guys, the Chirrut and Baze show.
Yeah.
yeah, I would be all for
Like
that.
a
I
little
think that'd be
animated-
awesome.
Like their
Run.
how they began.
Yeah, how they
Yeah.
began, like little kids. They're playing, like they're doing stuff, working together.
Yep. He wasn't blind at first, but then he becomes blind.
Yeah, through a tale
Halfway
of,
through.
of something that happens.
tale of
Maybe
woe.
or maybe that's when they met. Maybe Baze saved him.
Yeah.
Is it
Right.
Baze?
Yeah, Baze. Yeah,
Let's
it's
say,
Baze.
yeah. Maybe he saves him, and that's why it would even make the ending of Rogue One that much more epic.
Rogue One.
Wrong one.
And then
Rogue One.
he could say something other than "the Force is with me" or whatever. You know.
He can see the
I won't
cheeses
with
with me.
Force.
He's
That's
like
right.
eating
Force is
cheese.
with
He just says it about everything, and Baze is like, okay, enough.
Okay, stop.
He's like, one of these is gonna stick. Okay,
I'm sure.
I just got to find the right one.
Yeah.
No, but they were like, yeah, they're kind of
Church
like
of the
monks in
Force,
some
huh?
ways.
You know
But
that's
dude, he had the Force, dude. I mean, he definitely was like a Jedi. Come on.
Oh, come on.
there's probably a Church of the Force down in Australia. Cuz you know
I don't know why he does that.
Stop muting me.
My hands were.
Jedi is an actual like
Oh yeah, religion.
Religion
right.
down there.
Yeah, you're right.
wow.
Wow.
It's
wait.
hilarious. Oh wait.
You guys see this?
Speaking
Did
of
we see
which,
what?
Wait,
of that-
I'll show you in a second.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah.
See what?
Yeah,
She's
go ahead.
pulling up a bag.
Skylark says, I think the message of Maul's death is that spending your life seeking revenge will leave you with nothing in the end.
Yes.
Not even a good death.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You won't even get the
I mean,
honorable death you
was it
deserve.
a bad death? No.
Not
Was
necessarily. I
it
mean-
satisfying? No.
I thought it was satisfying.
Yeah.
Call me
I'm just
Bananas.
saying it
Look-
should have been drawn out a little more.
From
the
like
fight. Yep.
What is that?
I
Throw
get,
it.
you know.
Let me
okay,
see.
gosh.
That is cool.
That is the smallest book I've ever seen.
I know,
Look at
it's
this.
so cute, and there's pictures.
It's so cute. There's pictures.
Picture book.
but there's
Fact checker.
descriptions too.
Oh my goodness, they're legit pictures.
They
Yeah,
are from
yeah.
the movie.
Wow.
I know, isn't that amazing?
That's cool.
Wow.
The one with
So-
Ahsoka was pretty cool there.
Ayla
Maria.
Sakura.
Is it Ayla Sakura?
That was. Oh, I mean that one was Ahsoka, but I just read
Wow.
Ayla Sakura.
It's good stuff too. Nick, read us a story.
Read us a
In
story.
my life, when you find people who need your help, you help them no matter what. Who said that?
Dooku.
Oh, is this trivia now?
It's trivia.
Shoot. You help them no matter what. It's
Yep.
got to be.
Sounds like Obi-Wan.
You help them no matter what.
Obi-Wan. No, it's
Yeah,
not.
it's
I
a
saw who it
wise
is, so I
person.
can't answer.
Is it a boy or a girl?
It's a girl.
Oh.
Is it Ahsoka?
Yes.
Oh,
Yeah.
nice.
You got it.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, that
You'll
does
get
sound
to Wookiee
familiar.
Cookie.
Dang it.
You get
That's
the
why
Wookiee.
she helped Maul. That's why she helped Sabine.
She almost got mauled.
Sabine. Wait,
She
why
helped.
is this one marked?
Oh, it's
Oh, it's
Mark?
Luminara.
Oh.
Oh, well, it's just that's where it landed.
She was. That's where she was in the book. She put her bookmark there so she could
Exactly.
save the page.
She was a great Jedi Master.
Skylar says a book for a
Brave.
literal bookworm.
Brave, compassionate, disciplined. Guess who
Hey.
said that one?
Brave, compassionate, disciplined.
Luminara.
No.
Oh, you were just on that
It was
page.
about Luminara.
Oh, never mind.
Oh, but who
Kanan?
said it?
Yeah.
It was Kanan.
It was
Yeah,
Kanan.
that makes
Brave,
sense.
compassionate.
It was
oh.
it was his master.
Well,
Which
that's
that was
touching.
dark in Rebels what they did
Yeah.
there with that, but we don't need to go into that. But
Rebels or Bad Batch?
it was Rebels.
All right.
Well, otherwise,
It was
Mrs. Manrique,
Rebels.
Oh yeah.
Mrs. Manrique said, of the Sith that never became Jedi, perhaps Lord Momin would have been the best Jedi.
Momin.
Moomin
Rider.
we got it.
Oh, that's from One Punch Man. Absolutely
is.
hilarious. And
Oh,
that character's
gosh.
amazing. Sorry. I don't know who Momin is. I'm going to be completely honest.
Lord Moomin?
I'm not sure who that is. You will have to educate us on that
Momin.
because we have the ability to speak, but that does not make us intelligent.
It makes us illiterate.
Wait, no, it makes what?
I don't know.
Speak funny, you do.
Speak weird, I do.
All right, cool. Will any other answers to the questions before we move on? I don't want to
Or
skip
questions to the answers.
No, I think we're good.
And don't forget, if you're watching this back later, we want to hear from you in the comments. We want to hear your answers to this question in the comments.
Don't listen to Dustin, he's a liar.
Oh,
I will Dooku you.
I already Dooku'd you.
Oh, you Dooku, me Dooku,
he, she,
we,
Dooku.
Dooku.
Dookuology.
Dookuology.
Study of Dooku.
okay. I did find the answer to the fact check.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Don't be facetious.
I wasn't.
I forgot what the question was at this point.
I don't remember
Dot.
either, but
Dark side.
Oh, Dark
what
Side
episode
Yoda.
was it in? It was in Destiny.
Destiny.
12th episode of the 6th season.
Sixth season.
Sixth season.
Sixth season. All right, so if you guys want to see Dark Side Yoda,
Dark Side
go
Destiny?
watch.
Yeah, see, it's at the very end. I don't
Yeah, yeah.
remember that one.
Well,
That's
go
the one that came out on
rewatch it.
Netflix.
Yeah,
No.
that came on Netflix.
Oh, was it?
yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Six?
sir. Thank you, sir.
I
Season
thought it was
6.
7.
Nick never
Nope.
watched
Season
it.
6 came
I
on
did.
Netflix. Season
watched it.
7 came out on Disney Plus.
Disney Blur. It was a Disney Plus original.
Yeah. Way to go.
But it was on Cartoon Network first.
That was the
So
show that was like
how do you
canceled
do that?
twice.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah.
You're right.
Oh,
Oh, but Miss Manrique had a little bit more. Moment from the Vader comics. He was an artist who believed a Sith could never be a master of the Force, only the Force, the master of the Sith.
yeah, it's true.
I never read the Vader comics. I heard they were pretty good.
Well,
I have not read them. Okay, I'm sorry. We will get on
But
that.
Miss Manrique will keep us.
She'll keep us
in the
well
loop,
informed.
yeah.
Oh, yeah. She knows what's what. But yeah, sweet. All right, cool. Thank you for answering that question. I appreciate that.
Yes.
All right, let's move on. So we have some Holonet news. Holla, 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 holla.
Holonet news.
Get the net out. One time we should holler, and then somebody should throw a net on us.
That would be
Holonet.
actually amazing.
No, you can never take us. All right.
We get dragged away and beaten.
Yeah,
Whoa.
that's
Are
dark.
we? Are we?
We just got Dooku.
jumping
dark-
into the
it's
first
dark
article here.
Yeah, no, we're not
No,
jumping.
you got to hit the stinger first.
No, there is
We
no
don't have a
stinger.
stinger.
We don't have a stinger.
Ah,
You just Dooku Dan.
Dooku
I got
on
stinged
Dan.
by my own lack. This is
Stung.
I got stung.
Oh my
Stungered.
goodness.
And then a literal bee flies in and stings me, and I'm like, I've been triple
And then he's
stinged.
just like, oh no.
Stinged.
And I've got no one to blame but myself. Why are we glitching?
And the bee.
It's a stingaroo. I
Are
don't
we
know.
glitching? I think it's
It
just
is.
the TV.
No,
Is it?
It's us.
It's just my imagination.
Yeah, you did glitch first.
It's probably the stinger.
It's we delivery.
It's the
Buffa's
revenge of the
revenge,
Buffa
huh?
zone.
The Buffer
yeah.
Revenge.
The Buffer
Good
Zone.
grief. I'm scared.
All right, the first thing though in the Holonet news, you bunch of stingers, is Star Wars: The Acolyte is coming to a streaming service near you, only Disney Plus, but it's coming on Tuesday, June 4th at 6 p.m. Pacific time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. It's there's yes.
We are buffered.
Why are we buffering?
What, are you serious?
Yeah.
Excellent
coming back,
connection.
but-
It's coming back. It's hiccuping hard.
What is
I think they
happening?
can hear us.
Hiccuping.
They can hear us
Buff
okay?
back for revenge. I don't know.
Oh
I just
my
was playing fine on here.
goodness.
Just give it a minute. Just keep talking. You're good. You're good.
Okay, did they hear what I said?
Yeah, they got most
Probably
of it.
not. I would start over. but
Okay,
it's still
the
buffering.
Acolyte's coming.
Wait,
No,
still
no.
buffering?
Start the whole show over.
Oh my goodness.
What is happening? This never happens.
Okay, I think it's better.
Oh my
Yeah,
god.
we're still live. Keep talking.
Okay, all right, cool. We're good. It's a
We're not
live
live.
There we
show.
go. There's the error message.
Yeah.
It's a live show. You never know what's going to happen live. But anyway, yeah, so the Acolyte is premiering this upcoming Tuesday. And we have thoughts on it. Are you guys excited for the Acolyte? Is it going to be Aco-LIT or is it going to be Aco-MID? I don't know. I don't.
Lame.
Or Aco-Lame. It could be Aco-Lame. But I want to hear from everybody. What do you guys think? What do you guys think about this? Are you excited? Let me know, Nick.
No. I'm not. Honestly, I watched the trailer the other day and I was like, this show's going to be garbage.
Yeah.
It is. It's going to be straight trash. And I know it. Or maybe that was the game. Maybe that was Outlaws I watched.
It might have been
I
Outlaws.
watched the trailer for Outlaws and I was like, this is going to suck.
For Outlaws?
I don't know why, but it's
Okay.
just something about that game already. I'm not going to like it. I can't tell you what it is.
The game Outlaws.
Yes.
Not
Star
what we were
Wars
talking
Outlaws.
about, but that's okay. You pulling it off.
Acolyte is...
You just Dooku'd me.
that one's up in the air, but I don't know.
Yeah, it's,
Judging on Disney's track record, I don't think
Right.
it's going to do that great.
that's the challenging thing. That's the challenging thing for me is being a Star Wars fan. Most of the time, every time we want Star Wars to succeed.
Of the time.
And I'm not saying I don't want this to succeed. I just, in some ways, I feel like Disney Star Wars has to hit rock bottom before they start to change for the good. And there are too many things that are wrapped up in this series that I dislike about the direction Disney Star Wars is going, the people they're involving,
Yeah.
the agendas they're pushing, the High Republic, garbage that was there. It's just all of that's kind of culminating into one show. Now, to be fair, if it's good, we're gonna have to say it's good, though. That's the thing. We're gonna
Yeah.
be very fair, and we're gonna say if it's good. And the thing is, some of the action looked decent in it, like the effects, the action, certain aspects of the show look good. I don't know. I'm just not. Based off Disney's track record, I just don't think they're going to deliver,
Yeah.
and it's hard to get excited for new Star Wars shows, and just hearing everything in the background about this show. And I've even heard rumors that like Kathleen Kennedy wants to like change what the Force is through this show.
Well, it's female.
Well, yeah, obviously. Yeah. Well,
It's going to be
that's
another pile of Dooku.
that's been her whole thing though,
Yeah.
basically is so anyway, that's kind of one of my takes on it. But what about you, fact checker? Are you getting excited for the Acolyte? You think it's gonna be Aco-LIT or Aco-Lame?
Yeah, did you see that hashtag? That was clever.
I did not.
I did not.
Well, you should have said yes, and just agreed with me because it's clever.
Yes, I
No.
agree.
What hashtag? Your
don't
hashtag?
know what
you're talking
Aco-Lame.
Well,
Aco-Lame,
Hannah
okay.
came up with that.
I think
so.
it's Aco-Lame
Lame.
because this is the Acolyte.
Oh my goodness.
Anyway,
But no, I'm guess I'm in the middle. I'm worried.
Mid.
Yes, mid.
Aco-MID.
Aco-Lame mid.
Acolyte. Aco-LIT.
Acolyte. Yeah, that's what
Definitely.
it is. It's Dooku.
It's Dooku. One big pile of Dooku.
You never know. I mean, I'm
It
sure
could surprise us. It
I'll,
could surprise
I'll
us.
find some positives
Like I
somehow,
said,
but
Yeah, you
we'll
will.
see.
Judging from the track record, we do know how this is
Well-
going to go.
Yes, exactly. The problem is we like Trinity.
Yeah, that's what
Yes,
the engineer was
I
talking
do like
about.
We
Trinity.
like her. I liked her. She had an interview. I was trying to like gauge her reaction to see if this was going to be an absolute trash dumpster fire show, or if it's going to be pretty good. Because, and then I feel like she just did a really professional job of complimenting the fight sequences, because that's all the interviewers were even talking about. You know what I'm saying? They were like, "Wow, was it fun? Like fighting again, like you did, and kung fu and dancing and this sort of stuff." And she said she loves the action part of it. And I'm like, "Well, that's pretty cool." She enjoyed that part of it, but she didn't go into any of the story or any of the quality of the filmmaking or anything like that behind it. So it makes me a little nervous because I trust what she would say, because I feel like she's a professional in the industry.
Right.
And if it's something that they're proud of, I feel like they would be really pushing it. I feel like there's just something about it that's might miss, but
Really, I feel like they are really pushing it.
Oh,
I've
they're
seen
trying to push
tons
it.
of ads.
okay.
Yeah.
But I like what KG said. She said, if you go in believing you'll hate it, then you'll automatically look for flaws.
Yep, it's true.
That's what I do with everything.
I know. It drives me nuts.
Nick is skeptic.
I am a
Skeptic. I like that. Skeptic.
Call me
I
Skeptic
mean,
Knock.
it's true. If somebody comes out of a movie and says that was the best movie I've ever seen, that I'm going to be like,
I'm gonna be like, yeah, okay.
okay, don't even give me that. This
Don't
is probably
see-
a terrible
okay.
movie.
I will say that with Dune 2. Everybody who watched
I haven't seen it yet.
They were
What?
like, "Oh man, it's like
Dune 2.
easily top 5 movies of all time." And I'm like, I watched it and I'm like, it was all right. I
Wow.
wouldn't say it was top 5.
That's surprising.
Ooh.
That's surprising. This is
Like
a
it
hot
was
take
good.
right here.
Don't
Skeptic strikes
like,
again.
It
Yeah.
was good. It wasn't top 5 movies of all time.
Yeah, I've
good.
heard people say it was like a Howlett experience. They
Yeah.
were like, ugh. That was weird.
They were like, it changed me, and I'm like,
Really?
why?
Did you
How?
say it changed me?
Yeah,
No, people said that.
No
Really?
way.
people said that.
Yeah, people said I've never been so moved in a
Yeah,
movie.
and I'm
That's a
I
moving
watched it,
movie.
and it got done, and I was like, that moved you? Where? To the desert?
Maybe
The second one.
That's
Oh, nothing.
You need to see it.
Yeah, I want to see it.
It's one of those movies
I
like
think I'm gonna buy it though on streaming or
You
digital,
need
and
to
I'm just
watch
gonna
it at least
own both of
once.
them because you
Yeah.
can buy the kit and caboodle, and it costs like the same amount as it does to rent it on
Yep.
streaming. Anyway,
Yeah.
shameless plug.
So Dune 2 for me, if we're going to talk about that for
Dune
a sec, is Dune 2.
dude, talk about it.
No, I'd say the pacing was slightly off as far as I enjoyed the movie quite a bit just for the visuals alone, and
Visuals.
and they stuck very true to the book minus a few things.
Oh.
And but I thought what they did with it was very well done. I just think they took their time in the beginning and then realized they had a lot to do at the end,
and it was just all
and
like,
crammed in a lot more than they should have.
And that's what put the
But
nail in the coffin for me.
I didn't mind that though, because then it also kind of upped the action. But the action and like the epic scale of that, I have not seen an epic scale like that in a movie in some time. As far as how epic they were able to make it with, and then the way the music worked with the epic scenery, and it just looked clean. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed that.
Okay.
But I wouldn't. I actually think I like Dune 1 slightly better than
Yeah.
Dune 2, but I appreciated what they did. I still think Dune 2 was a very well made film, and I just you never sleep on Denis Villeneuve, because I think he's got plans for more, and I'm interested to see what he's gonna go, where he's gonna go.
Well, that's like the epitome of like an auteur director, where like he's got a vision, he's given a budget, and he gets to run with it for a couple of movies. And people are like, "Oh, the first one didn't make as much money as they thought it would, so he's not going to get a second one." And I'm like, "No, it's already in the books. Like,
Right, yeah.
They already are getting the thing done, and they were supposed to release it. The problem is the first one came out at a weird time. But anyway, that's Dune. In 4 days, we're going to see the Acolyte, and I think it's going to be interesting.
What are you rating?
Wait,
Oh.
sorry, real quick though on Dune. I don't
Oh.
think necessarily the movie was his fault as far as like, because he's just adapting a book that was already made. I think some of the failure in that movie is actually the writing of that book. and the way he wrote that and that ending of that book. I don't think because Villeneuve was pretty faithful to it, but I think that's where a lot of the problem is. I think it's just not as satisfying as of an ending that it could have been. Anyway, sorry. Now back to the Acolyte, though. Yes, and speaking of not satisfying
It's
endings,
not going to be Dune.
it's not going to be Dune. It's not even going to be close to Dune. I don't believe.
The problem is people love to hate on Star Wars right now. Like this isn't one of those channels.
Of one of those channels.
But Nick makes his own sub channel inside of this channel.
Yeah.
He just hates on everything Star Wars.
Hate
No,
Star Wars.
we all have our own opinions of things, and we're going to be truthful to our opinion. But
Right.
we try to look the good and the bad, but we
Right.
take a balanced approach as much as we can. Nick does not. He's a Sith Lord.
He's a Sith
I
Lord.
tolerate all of you.
But the problem is that they've disappointed
Ariel
us time and time again.
This
but-
is why you need to be a Sith.
That's right.
Will not be disappointed.
But
You aim low, you're going to
Yeah.
be low.
all I think of is the problem is the time of year that they're releasing this thing. It's like,
And time.
Where
the same-
everybody's outside.
yeah, they're like,
No,
nobody's
this
going
is summer release. This
But it is
is
a
big
summer
stuff.
release.
It's the same time they released Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan.
So it reminds me of like,
Ooh.
oh no. But, they spent a lot more money on this than they did on Obi-Wan. So I have some faith that there's going to be some cool looking scenes and some
Yeah.
good looking stuff. But I think the story is going to be something off the wall. It's not actually George Lucas Star Wars. It's not going to hold true to anything that we know as original trilogy fans or even prequel trilogy fans. It's going to do its own thing with whatever it wants to do.
Yeah.
Let's see if it breaks canon. It might.
I'm wondering if they're not going to call them Sith. And that's how they save
get away
it
with
from
that?
breaking canon.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Because it's called the Acolyte, and they don't... I think there was one part in one trailer where they're not... I don't know. I just got the impression that they weren't going to be called Sith. Like, they're going to be called something else. And I don't know what it is yet.
Your mom.
Your face.
I mean, but
Just joking.
I'm curious what the
Dooku.
chat is thinking. The take of the pulse of the chat. I guess you've got a poll there.
Yeah.
Pulse.
The polls.
I like how. Oh no, Kenobi says Skylar.
Oh, no,
Kenobi.
I think it's just like I'm very hesitant. Like I'm not super excited when I get home Tuesday to like fire up the TV
Yeah,
and
I'm
watch
going to be
it.
like dreading it.
I'm gonna be like,
Aw.
no,
Taking
I'm
a
kidding.
Dooku.
So many-
But then if the story has some good hook in it, it might be like, well, that wasn't very Star Warsy, but it had a good, decent story. I don't
we
know.
get 2 episodes
Oh yeah, there you go.
out of the 8. So
Yeah, so we'll get a good.
Good
I think we're
arc.
going to get a good feel for it in the very first 2 episodes. Of
So
how
you're
the
saying
rest
it'll
of it's
be
gonna
over
be.
with quicker than?
well, I
No, I'm kidding.
was thinking that, but I didn't want to say it.
It's going to be
Oh, the fact checker went
checker
dark
went
on us.
dark.
Oh,
it's going to be a dumpster fire.
yeah. So
Yeah.
So that's where I'm kind of conflicted because honestly, some of the action has looked decent in the way they've shot some of the scenes.
It's called editing.
I actually
Dustin.
I know, but I actually like the look of some of it.
Yeah.
But
Right.
as far as the story goes, I'm kind of like, okay,
What are we doing?
Because I know they've said like somebody's hunting Jedi, which makes me believe that.
Yeah.
I know you were talking about Carrie-Anne Moss. I think she's gone in the first episode or
Yep.
2.
Yeah.
I really
think
do.
she's-
But they
she's
can't.
just
They've
gone.
already kind of alluded to that. They've shown us so much at this point. I'm like, I think she's gone because
It
they
makes-
said somebody's killing Jedi. She's in the it seems like she's in the very beginning, and they show a part where they're fighting, and then they show later where they're saying someone died, and they're in the same area where they were fighting.
Yep.
So I think something happens to Carrie-Anne Moss, and I think that's part of the reason why she doesn't have a huge role, and maybe why she's very professional,
Right.
but didn't have as much to say about it because she's really not.
She doesn't
in it
have
very
much to talk about. Yeah.
She's
That's my personal
I have
opinion.
like 5 lines.
Isn't that a
Right.
weird choice though?
Why wouldn't you lean into Carrie-Anne
Well,
Moss? Like,
it's because I feel like they're not. I mean, they've led with her. She was like the face of the first trailer, which was only like 2 months ago.
Yep.
yeah.
And then you have the other girl who's the
Well,
main
'cause it's
character.
she's recognizable. That's the thing.
That's
They're
what I'm
trying to
saying.
get people
They're
to look
using-
at it. Yeah.
They're using her as the hype.
Yeah,
Hype
kinda.
man.
That's what I'm saying. So
You guys remember Trinity?
that does make you think that she's going to be gone soon. The other girl, the main character. Do we know her character name?
Oh shoot!
Acolyte.
Okay. She has like a
even
mask over her face, and it just like she's half covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's kind of.
Which
But she's not
you
Sith.
you kind of liked,
Yeah.
but you kind of liked the fact that she wasn't using lightsabers. That she was using the Force, but she was using
Yeah.
like daggers. You thought that was pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
So what if you like that part, Nick?
Then I like that part.
We might.
Oh, okay.
See, but that's Disney
there might
Star
be-
Wars.
That's it, though.
There's moments
Yeah.
in Disney Star Wars that we like.
Yeah.
May.
May is her name.
A man's
Okay.
list.
What about June and July?
That's when it's coming out.
What's her last name?
It just says May.
May the force be with you.
Yeah. Well, the Force is female, and this is
No,
where
no,
they're
the
turning the
Sith
Force
French.
female.
Or whatever equivalent French is in the Star Wars universe.
Actually,
May
the
the force be with you.
Tualekis speak
Yeah.
more of a French style accent.
Yeah, the force be with you.
Yeah.
May the force be with you.
Yeah.
Yeah, it just says May.
They actually technically spoiled it, and I'm not going to spoil it here, but they have already spoiled it, and there have
No,
been
do it. Spoil
rumors.
it. Guys, get
for-
ready.
You know what I haven't
I'm
heard
not gonna
about?
spoil it.
I haven't
Everybody
heard about
dies.
leaks. Have you
No,
heard
there-
all the
yeah,
leaks?
there's been leaks.
Those onion
There's been a
things.
decent amount
Yeah,
of leaks,
yeah,
actually.
leaks. Because some people at this
There's a
table,
leak in the boat.
some people at this table love leaks, and some people don't love them.
I got sick on those once.
Really?
Yeah, those ham.
All I remember
ham
about-
roll-ups. You know.
Oh,
Yeah, I ate
leaks.
too many of them, and that taste. I couldn't eat a leek for like a whole year.
Never met a leak I didn't like.
Yeah.
What is happening?
Don't worry about it.
Oh, that's hilarious.
What were we talking about?
The other thing, though, like I
May.
was, like I was saying, there's like Disney Star Wars or Star Wars in general. They know how to put on a good trailer. They know how to get you like
Editing.
it looks like it's gonna look good, but then I just really feel like we're gonna jump into it, and there's gonna be so much agenda pushing and so much like
Disney
not
Star
story,
Wars,
Disney Star Wars, that it's going to take us right out of the film, and I just feel like by the end we're just going to be like, what the crap was that? I'm hoping not. In some ways I hope so, because I heard that if another rumor is if this bombs, then they're going to be done with the High Republic, and I'm fine with that, because the High Republic, they were like the whiteboard, they circled like all the dumbest things. It wasn't a
Yeah,
story.
yeah.
It wasn't like a good story. It was like, no, we got to push all these other things. I'm
Yep.
like, get out of here with that crap.
Monsters.
Yeah. Yeah. Well,
Do you remember that when they came out with that book and it had that rock
yeah.
character on it?
Geode. Yeah.
It's not just a boulder.
It's a rock. Oh my goodness. But I
yeah,
do
okay,
like the
what-
the main actor dude though. He was in. I really enjoyed the series he was in. It was dark. Very
Oh yeah,
dark.
you're like
I forget what it was. It was like a Korean film, I believe.
wasn't it like had like octopus or something like that?
Suicide
Yeah.
Squad?
No.
Squid Game?
Squid
Game,
Yeah.
yeah.
Squid-
Sorry.
Never watched
He
it.
was the main character in Squid Game, and he did a really good job acting in that. That was very well.
What did he
made.
have to do in that movie? Not die?
Exactly. Be silent.
Yes, kind of.
Was he the main character?
But there was a lot of intrigue. Yeah, there was a
I
lot
thought
of
it was a TV
intrigue.
show.
Was he a
It was
protagonist?
it was a show. It was a Netflix
Yeah,
show.
yeah.
He was the protagonist of it. Yes, correct.
He was both the protagonist and the antagonist.
Yes, but the thing is, you learn about there's character growth, there's character development in that show, and they do a really good job with it. And there's intrigue, and there's like it's terrifying and it's horrible in a lot of parts.
Yeah.
But you also like it's kind of the depravity of humankind in some
Exactly.
ways, but also how this guy's trying to work his way through becoming a better person. Not through that, but it's a
So
very
he had character growth.
he
in
had
that?
character growth, and I really enjoyed, and he did a very good job acting in that. So I'd say I'm looking forward to him if they give him something to work with. But I'm
Lee Young Jae.
yeah, so
is his name, yeah.
I'm just nervous about what they're going to give him. It's like you have all the elements, and then you're like, oh, that sounds great, and then you're like, it's Disney Star Wars, and you're like, oh, and the director.
I was gonna
and,
say,
yeah.
what if you? What do you think about this? Everything they've shown in the trailer is literally in the first 2 episodes.
I think that's going to be
yeah.
Well, the main character, she was May, was
June.
quoted as saying, and I
Julie.
watched the interview where she's like, actually, I'm proud of that fight sequence, but she's like, that's not even the one that you guys have all seen that I'm the most proud of. She's like, there's one that's way better than that later on in the show.
yeah.
So I'm cat lady running. Chasing Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Yeah, I hope it's not that
remember
bad.
that.
She who will not
remember
be
that. Yes. Remember that choreography where they're like,
I said she will not be named.
Yeah, I said it.
stab. I'm fine. Stab. I'm
fine.
fine.
What I
And then, but
It
like,
took her 20 minutes
I'm
to
just
get
saying-
across like 3 rooftops.
and then
Exactly.
she just stops and walks.
okay,
And it's
but
like-
I'm just saying, like the Acolyte action so far is at least mid,
Yeah.
if not a little bit better that we've seen in the trailer.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I'm just saying, like, maybe they really did care about the action. Maybe the story's junk,
Yeah.
and we're like, whatever. But I'm just saying this, maybe the action is
potential.
pretty good. And you got Carrie-Ann Moss, who takes it seriously. Yeah, sounds like she's going to die in the first.
episode.
Yep.
You know?
Well, and they have the whip. Have we seen that?
The light
before?
whip. I was gonna
it's
say that.
interesting. Yeah.
It's I think no, it's technically been in the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
the light whip was actually first.
But
in
we
the
haven't
Clone
seen it a
Wars.
lot.
Not in live action.
It wasn't.
Yeah.
Well, in the Clone Wars, I'll say it is a light whip, but it's not.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Like
It's
a
not
lightsaber
lightsaber
light whip.
I see what you're saying. Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So
'Cause
this is
they
the
used
first
it-
time we'll see an actual lightsaber light whip, which I am interested in. I
But
just wish it
also,
was done.
How does that work?
It's interesting.
And
so.
also, why isn't it carried on
But it-
throughout? It must.
Yeah.
Well, that's
technology
so-
must die.
It's very so. No, the thing about it, at least from old legends and stuff like that, is that it's very difficult to wield. Like you have to be
Okay.
like it's dangerous to the user, and that's
Probably
why.
what's gonna
Makes
happen.
sense.
And that's why not very many people chose to use it. But there's actually Xana, I believe, used a light whip. And that goes back to the Bane trilogy. And that's one of the earlier
yeah,
ones
that's
you hear about the light whip. And it's very interesting in the way she uses it there. So I if they do that right, like that's going to be really challenging. I feel like they went all out on action on this show.
Yeah.
And they went all out on agenda. I just hope there's some story there. And
Nah, story is like
yeah, I don't know.
that's
I don't
the
know.
last thing they thought
But
about.
I don't know. I'm just, yeah, just with their track record, you can't. I just feel
No.
like you can't go in thinking I'm going to be blown away because you will
Right.
not be blown away.
It does seem like the main lady led a lot of the story.
May.
No.
Oh,
The director,
Yes.
writer, producer.
right.
Like she took over the story. I know she's done a couple of things, and there was something in 2019 that people said she was pretty good.
Yeah. You
I don't
mean she was the former? I won't go there.
Yeah, and then there's that part of it, which is kind of sketch. You're like, I don't know what this.
Just look at her
is about.
backstory
I don't know
and
about this.
think
It's-
about things.
It's a mess. It's definitely a mess.
Think about what she did.
But you know, in
Seriously.
today's day and age, that's the problem: is that we have too much access to information. So you can't just go to a movie and be like, "Oh, let's see that action movie that came out on Friday." It's like now you know everybody's like
Backstory, yeah.
birth to life story,
Yep.
and
Yeah.
everything that they've ever done, good or bad, for the last 25 years. And then you go into the show and you're like, I don't know if I even want to see that person because that
Right.
person's a horrible human. And they're
Right.
like, well, they directed the show. I'm like, well, I want to. How do I balance that?
The
You know, against being semi-neutral, looking for entertainment. I think what most people do is they just don't go and see it.
Well, the challenging thing is when do you separate the art from the artist in some ways. I feel like some ways you have to be careful at when do you separate that anymore?
And what are
but-
you willing to justify
Yeah.
Right.
from
See.
your personal perspective and your personal story and
And your
history
beliefs, yeah.
versus other people's, right? So it's like, well, that person's really bad because he did that, but in my opinion, that's not so bad. And you go back and forth.
And-
Maybe they were just in. Maybe they were just in. Forced to do something terrible. I don't know.
forced.
Because there's a lot. I mean, like 99% of all the actors and comedians and humans that we loved as children, you find out that they're all horrible humans.
Yep.
Because
Right,
everybody in Hollywood is a horrible human.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm sorry, children, but it's true.
But it's true.
And so, like, I want everybody that I watched in my favorite movies as kids to be like the best people ever. And there are some. There's a few.
There are a
There's
few, yeah.
very few.
There's very few, but either they took part in some of these terrible things,
Right.
or they were complicit in the things that were being taken, and they just kind of dipped their toes in, got their paycheck, and ran out.
Yep.
But even in that situation, it's like, how could you even stand idly by? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so this is where we're at with Star Wars, Lucasfilm,
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
thing.
Disney.
Well,
It's
and-
all complicated.
but
It's like,
the other thing though, I feel like we base it off of though, and to your point about it's not always the director or the writer's fault. I'd say a lot of it falls on KK and her idea of what Star Wars should be, and the vision she's been running with. Vision. She's been. I knew you were going to call me
yes,
on that. The
no, I
visions
agree.
she's been
But
running
she's
with,
one of the
and her agenda has ruined Star Wars. I really think it's her. The buck stops it with her. I mean,
She's been in Hollywood the longest.
she's been in Hollywood the longest.
These are the
That's-
people that I'm
Hollywood.
talking about.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah.
I like to think George Lucas is a saint.
But
Dustin,
he's 100% not.
isn't he?
No, he's. I don't think. I don't believe that for
But
a second.
Dustin, he created Star Wars.
I know. Well, and that's where you go art versus the artist in some
Right.
ways. I know. I mean, because every human is flawed. We know this.
Yeah.
I mean, so. But yeah, again, to what point we might find out something horrible about George Lucas in the
Is that
future.
why we all prefer the aliens in Star Wars because they're not human?
maybe, which is a point we're going to get to a little bit later as well,
Aliens?
which we'll jump into. Yeah.
Yeah.
Non-humans?
But yeah, it's the challenging thing for us right now. I think we're going to base it as much as we can just on the show and the merits of the show. I think the problem is reality. They've brought 2020s into Star Wars, or even 2010s into Star Wars. Yeah. They made it more modern than like giving us an escape and keeping it in the Star Wars universe by bringing in modern day agenda stuff. And that's the thing that's really been thrown off Star Wars for me, in my opinion. And that's why whenever we critique things, we have to be honest about that and call out that stuff, because that's not the Star Wars we want to see. Yep. I mean, granted, Star Wars George Lucas did push some agendas back in the day. Granted, I would say, in my personal opinion, some of them are more noble than ones today.
Yeah.
Or like we talk about
that later.
Forcing, strong female characters, like it just was baked into the ethos of Star Wars from the beginning. So you don't have to minimize Luke to make.
Right.
You don't have to make Kylo a loser, or I don't know, Han Solo a loser. Maybe you have to make Kylo,
because that's what they would have done if they made Star Wars, the original Star Wars, now. It would be terrible. I mean, I'll just be honest. I mean, they're going to make Leia, and it's interesting because even George Lucas goes into that. These are all points that we're going to lead into. So I think we should probably start skipping over to what George was talking about.
Start skipping.
Yeah, let's all start skipping. But what was everybody thinking at the poll for that?
Yeah, let's do the poll. But also, Angelina asked, "How excited are you for the Acolyte?" Which I know we've been talking about, but I think we should maybe pre-rate it.
Pre-rate
since
with how we're feeling right now.
Since it's coming out on Tuesday, right?
Correct. Yep. Tuesday. Yep.
6 days away.
Tuesday, June 4th. Yep. Wow. At 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. A 2-episode premiere. So.
I feel like you had the answers there. What was it? Aco-MID, Aco-LIT?
So there's Aco-LIT, there's Aco-MID,
Okay.
and then there's
Aco-Lame.
Aco-Lame. Mm-hmm. So which one do you think, Dan?
Mm.
Maybe we should just rate it on that scale. We're just going to do it that scale.
I am unsure.
That's not a choice.
Wasn't that the third choice?
Well, that's what I said, but I like Aco-Lame better. That's the
Aco-Lame.
third choice.
You have to choose between 3: Aco-LIT, Aco-MID, or Aco-Lame.
Aco-Lame.
I think there's going to be moments where it hits mid, and then I think the rest of it's going to be lame.
Wow. That's tough talk coming from Dan, because you're usually pretty excited about anything Star Wars, which I understand.
This is the show that I've been the least excited about since I heard it.
Yeah.
Because I'm not a Sith, so like when we're focusing on the dark side, people,
right?
I thought this
it gets me a little like, where's the hero? I don't want to vote for what's that, Nick?
What?
Mid
I thought
what a segue.
When we heard, when they announced the Acolyte, I thought it was going to be about Darth Maul.
Oh yeah,
Like when they first
that would have been
announced
cool.
the show.
Okay.
Like
That would've
way back in the day.
that would have been fine.
I was like, oh, that's sweet.
It just makes me a little bit nervous because I've heard in the interviews they're like, well, we're gonna like tell Star Wars from a different perspective. I'm like, is that why you had to go back 100 years because there's no rules?
Yeah.
So you're gonna create your own rules inside of this little bubble,
Yeah.
and it can live, and then everybody's gonna die anyway. So you can kind of live in
And
this
then
own bubble.
Everybody's mind's going to be wiped, and it never happened.
So apparently, in this world, like they just stab people in the stomach with lightsabers, and they're all fine.
Yeah.
That's how they practiced.
And that's the problem. That's the problem. They keep screwing up the original trilogy and everything around that so much, and people are hating it so much. They're like, oh, well, let's just do our own new thing that we can make horrible.
Which, in that sense,
it's more believable, and we can retroactively change everything.
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's what I'm saying. But just don't connect to anything. Then, if you're gonna do that, like make
Go
it
like 10,000 years in the future.
Make it for the 12 people that want to watch it, and they'll have their 12 viewers.
Yeah.
And then it's from like some other planet from 40,000 billion years into the future. 40,000 billion. That's like quadrillion. And then
That's 2024.
shoot, it's literally right now. And then that's what I'm saying. And then they can leave the rest of us alone. Like you don't have to like talk to Yoda in the middle of it. And then Yoda's like, I approve everything that you did in this show.
Right.
And we're like, what?
Did you just speak normally?
And isn't it, who was the guy that was like, oh, we haven't heard the Sith for 1,000 years? And they're
Right,
like,
Kaida Mundi.
50 years
Kaida
ago.
Mundi.
They're like,
Dark side.
well, the Sith was there 50 years ago, Caddy. Do you remember saying that? And he's like, well, I got hit in the head.
That's the
why
thing.
I think
They might screw up.
They're not going to call them.
They're just going to call it dark side user.
Yeah.
Or the thing
Fine.
with that is if they do say they're Sith, then everybody who hears Sith has to be dead and
Yep.
either killed off, and nobody can know what
Nobody
happened.
can live.
And right off the bat, though, they said someone's killing Jedi. Then you're like, Sith? You know,
Are they
like,
Sith?
and then
Or are
what's
they
the
just
time frame too?
assassins?
Is this 100 or 200 years before the Phantom Menace? It's
This
not.
is before in the future.
No, this Acolyte takes place. So like I
We
think
have
it's
to
like
go
100
back
to 200 years before.
To the future.
Right.
Yeah. I don't know, man. I don't know. So anyway,
So what? Yeah. What's your answer? So you
That's
said
what it was.
Aco-MID. There will be moments of
parts.
Aco-MID.
I am unsure. That's where I sit right now. I'm unsure.
It's 100 years. Okay.
But I'm not optimistic.
Yeah.
And nor am I very excited at all. I'm actually very hesitant to even watch it.
Maybe that's
because
where they want us.
they want us to watch it. But then there's a small percentage of me, because I'm this way, that I might be blown away by something that they do in the show. Like that was
It's going to be
amazing.
the score, isn't it?
Probably the score.
I don't think so though. It's not Kevin Kiner. It's not Giacchino. It's
Who is it? Yeah, I don't even know who it is.
I don't know.
Look it up.
John
Thanks, fact checker.
Williams.
John Williams.
Oh, John Williams. And
No, it's not. It's gonna be Obi-Wan music that was literally
Yep.
useless. It doesn't mean anything. Because the music, if it's done right, is the character in the show, and I don't feel like, because they're making their own Star Wars version, they're gonna take that part out of it. I think.
yeah, I just think people are so sick of Disney Star Wars, and I feel like this show is going to be a culmination
Pinnacle, Disney Star
of
Wars.
Disney Star Wars, and I think people are already over it. And then that's
They're like, we were just teasing into what we were really wanting to do. This is the full release.
Right.
This is everything that we've always ever wanted to do in the Disney Star Wars universe. I mean, it's going to be amazing. We're gonna our minds going to be blown.
right.
Is
Yeah,
there-
there might be
what-
there
what-
might be
Or
some
it'll
great
suck
stuff.
even more.
Right? What percentage, Nick and Dustin, is it that our minds are completely blown? This is amazing.
I
Less
feel like
than one.
Okay.
yeah, maybe. I feel like what's going to be what might be even more disappointing is if the show is actually good and they give us a good show with good storytelling, but they muck it up with all the agenda pushing and all of the like bringing you into 2024.
Yep.
I feel like that's going to be
Those
a lot.
two
like,
things can't live simultaneously, though.
What?
I feel like if they bring us into 2024, it's not a great. Then they have mucked it up.
I just mean like you're
That's
like
what I was gonna
it's
say.
going to
I
be
was
like
like-
every other Disney Star Wars show.
Yeah.
You're like you had all the ingredients,
Right.
But you mucked it all up. You totally destroyed it. It could have been amazing, and we're going to think of all of the fans are going to think of like what they could have done 10 times better.
Yeah.
That's what we do.
I think it's going to be Aco-lame the whole time.
Yeah.
I think there's going to be like maybe one part. Where
Maybe
I
some
was
good
like,
action.
That was
Yeah.
pretty cool, actually.
yeah.
There's going to be some nuggets.
But like even in the trailer when he like throws the
saber.
red saber, and it goes through all the trees, I'm like, ooh.
It wasn't. Yeah.
Like, what was the purpose of that?
Right.
Nobody knows.
It looks
Look
cool.
at what I can do.
Yeah, that's the problem.
It's a boomerang.
That's the problem is if you're doing things just to look cool and it doesn't have weight or
doesn't.
meaning behind it, then it sometimes falls
Subvert
flat.
all
That's
expectations.
Yeah. I feel like
so
that's why the-
edgy.
yeah.
no, dude.
Exactly. That's why the originals hold up, because every fight actually has meaning behind it for the most part.
I don't feel like the trailer actually was that good.
I
don't know.
agree.
I think.
None of them
Yeah.
are.
I feel like the trailers were like it did show some cool action. Like they definitely worked on that choreography.
Yeah.
Like the
But that's
jumping and
it.
the tricks. But I'm like, if that's all
Yeah.
you've got, then it's just visual noise again.
Yeah,
and they
right.
love the visual noise. I'm like, why did we have to see a 20-minute fight when they could have just like gone their separate ways?
Yeah.
It's just because you wanted to show a really cool fight because you actually didn't have enough story to lean on. But if they
Yeah.
do something where it builds to that moment, like
Yeah.
you said, if they just walk in the room and they just start fighting, then I'm like, what happened? Why are we doing this?
Yeah.
But then again,
Yeah, I agree.
I appreciate the hard work they've put into some of the
Right.
fight sequences.
And that's the sad thing too, is there's some people that work on these shows and everything that do a fantastic job, like a wardrobe department, like a lot of these people that have been with Star Wars for a long time, and they even from like the originals or prequels, like they work really hard on the stuff and they make everything else, but it's just the people that are in charge of this stuff are
throwing it
screwing it all up.
Yeah.
It's driving me
Stepping
crazy.
on it.
And I like what Hannah said here. She said, at this point, I wouldn't even let my parents watch some of the new Star Wars because it's so bad. We watch them first to decide if it's
Yep.
worth it. And you have to. And I mean, my wife and I usually watch every Star Wars show, and I got to be honest, like,
There are doozies
there are
out
some
there.
that I'm like, I don't even want to watch this again. That's how
Yeah.
bad it is.
Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan.
Boba
I mean,
Fett,
yeah.
Bad Batch.
The Last Jedi I watched twice. I gave it one more chance, and I hated
The
it.
what?
The Last Jedi.
Okay. yeah.
I watched it twice. I watched it once in theaters,
One in theaters.
and then I watched it again at home and I was just yelling at the TV the whole time.
And then he bought the box set.
And then my wife was like, "We're never watching
Twice.
this again." No, but anyway, sorry. We do need to move on.
Inyaki's here, by the way.
What's
up,
up,
Inyaki?
Inyaki? Do you guys? All right, so I'm gonna say Aco lame as well for the most part.
makes sense.
But I do think there are going to be some mid moments because that's Disney Star Wars, where it's like, oh, that was pretty cool, and then they ruin it. You know, that's what happens with Disney Star Wars, and that's their MO, and I feel like that's what they're gonna do.
Like it's gonna be so good, and then they're gonna put something in there, and you're gonna be like, you just had to do it, didn't you?
Yeah, you couldn't help yourself. They just can't get out of their own dang way. What about you, fact checker? Before we move on,
Yeah, I would say I'm probably mid because
gosh.
I'm hoping to see some like. Well, you guys are kind of wavering.
No, that's fine.
Hoping
your
to
opinion.
see some good stuff, but like I like good scenery, good costumes. You know, if it's pretty, it's cool.
Yeah, it's
Wow.
it's interesting.
It's pretty. It's cool.
That's not the only criteria,
Star Wars.
obviously.
Of course I like it.
The other thing about it, though,
Doesn't make me think.
the ability to speak does not make.
It's not the only
shade.
criteria, but because
Yeah.
this is set
it
in the
looks
High
pretty.
Republic, it should be pretty.
It's supposed
It's gonna be really dark.
it's
it
supposed
might
to be
be,
the height of the Jedi, basically.
Yeah, I would love it to be like very samurai feeling. You know, I wish they could have leaned into that or something, and maybe it will. I don't know, but
I just thought of one more thing though.
think about it. I just don't like how much of it's at night. Like, stop playing everything at night.
Yeah, that's just a
Right.
cop out.
Either it's either
sets and
night
stuff.
or it's like broad daylight.
Yep. It's never dusk.
Can it be like a neutral?
It's never dawn.
like not high noon and not midnight. Give me like 10 in the morning, 4 in the morning.
Give me a foggy field.
Like I'm trying to eat lunch or I'm trying to sleep. Like just pick a different time when I can.
Give me Gungan City.
Give me Bombay Jedi.
Bombast Jedi.
What's that called? Archangel Epics is here, by the way, and
Yeah.
he knows what I'm talking about.
Yeah,
What's
he
that
does.
called when you're creating all of the stuff around
Ambiance?
you? You see, it's
ambiance,
part of
yeah.
the ambiance, but there's another word
tone?
for it.
The tone. That's
yeah, like
also-
you know, Andor was mostly cloudy days. It wasn't like broad
Yeah,
daylight.
they were going for a tone with that.
I mean, and then like nighttime is a tone if like it's Batman and rain. Remember that?
I'm
Just
not wearing
raining
hockey
every
pants.
single scene. But like
Cover
it's
my
that
shit
it's all the
footage.
textures, world building.
World
yes,
building.
There
it's
we
all of
go.
the textures that you're
What's
like. You
up,
hear them
Archangel?
walking in the sand.
Yeah. Crunch, crunch.
You hear
crunch,
like
crunch.
the raindrops, and it's creating this like world around you. Like you feel like you're there because they're intentionally showing you the raindrops, or they're intentionally like even in Andor
Color
when he was
palette.
like stirring the spoon and like eating the cereal. And there was that like sensory thing that he was. I don't know. You felt like you were in the room when they were talking, and it's just quiet. Nobody's talking.
Yep.
It's awkward.
Yeah.
you just hear the room.
It made you feel a certain way. That's the thing, and they were
Color
intentional.
palette,
They're
world
intentional
building.
about it.
Yes,
yeah.
and I
that's
feel like
perfect
design.
timing. Archangel Epics jumps in here whenever we're trying to describe things
Yeah.
about
Something
film.
specific. Yes.
And he just nailed that. And I like his prediction here. He says, prediction, Trinity Kenobi is going to save that show. And
Yes.
maybe the first 2 episodes, but honestly, we're not. Our prediction is she's gone in the first episode or 2. So let us know what you think, though, Archangel, if she's going to stick it out or if she's going to. Maybe she'll be flashbacks.
Wait, so is he saying it's like it's like Kenobi's parent?
Like that's. That would be interesting if it's Kenobi's
Yeah.
a descendant.
Yeah.
That would be interesting.
Or Qui-Gon's or
Qui-Gon's, yeah. No, it's Kenobi. But I did think of one other thing real fast, though, is I know we really need to move on.
Yeah,
but but the last thing though here for me is this is completely a time era that George has had absolutely nothing to do with. This is 100%
their thing.
Disney Star Wars.
They're so excited about that, Dustin.
And that's another thing that makes me
Very.
very skeptical about. Fact checker.
It's not my fault.
Go ahead, talk, Nick.
It's not working.
Well,
No.
it was. You tapped it too many times.
There you go.
Stop.
No, I don't know why we have to do that. But anyway, that's just another.
He's just having fun.
That's another point, though, for us is
Yeah.
think about that going into that. That makes me more nervous than
Yeah.
it does anything. Although they've
'cause-
mucked up everything George did.
Which we should.
But what's the poll saying, though? I want to hear the poll for the Q.
Okay.
Or did you have the poll? Right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yep. We're leaning into the mid 40% saying mid, 33 saying lit, which is pretty high.
All right.
There you
Some
go.
people are looking
And
forward to it.
27 not sure. So you got to have hope because
Yeah.
Star Wars is
Sure.
about hope.
You know what was also interesting?
Yeah.
Is that the writer director, like we are in an era now where the people that are acting and directing and stuff were not alive for the originals.
Yeah.
You realize that?
That's a good point.
And she said the director lady that she watched it first like us on VHS when their
Yep.
parents brought it home.
Wow.
So original was still her first thing, her first foray into that. But then the main actress May, she watched the prequels like with her sister or something. So it's just interesting the world that we're in now, how the
Right.
prequels are informing Star Wars, and then they go back and watch the original trilogy, and then
Yeah.
in 20 years it'll be like like people here. The first foray was watching the sequels,
Yep.
and they go back and they go back. It's just
I'm so sorry.
yeah, it's interesting.
I know that
Next
generation.
generations.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's just a different world.
Kind of filters
Yeah.
differently.
Yeah.
So if
I
you want
just-
young
yeah.
people, then you're going to get people that have almost zero to do with the original trilogy.
I don't know.
Because
though.
it looks so old school or
But
something.
the original trilogy still holds up.
It does.
It does hold up.
It
It's
holds
timeless,
up, man.
man.
I still
For us
think
old people.
No, but I mean, you showed it to your kids though, and they love it. My kids love the original trilogy so far. From what
I
I've
don't
seen.
have kids.
You are a
I'm
kid.
not wearing any hockey pants.
Yeah. No, it's true. It holds up. You're absolutely right.
So,
It's
I don't
good
know.
storytelling.
It is.
It
The
is.
story, for me, that's what I've always come down to. It's the storytelling. If the storytelling is good, it will stand the test of time. It doesn't always, it helps. Everything else helps. But if the story is good, it will stand the test of time. If the story sucks, sequels, Disney, Star Wars for the most part, it will not stand the test of time.
Right.
That's
And
the
characters-
thing. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter how good it looks because the sequels look amazing. They just suck with the story, and that's what ruins it. So,
Right. You have to have characters that you can get behind that you feel like you connect with.
yeah,
You know?
exactly.
You
And
know
that's
who
the
I could
prequels
connect
too.
with?
Story's good.
I connected with light side Kylo Ren.
Honestly, I did too. That was actually the one
That guy's
thing.
the bomb.
Yeah.
That was actually the one thing I enjoyed about that whole
Until
thing.
the awkward kiss, and I'm like, wait.
that
And
was
then he
hilarious.
disappears.
And I was like, weren't they
That was
twins?
so funny.
Yeah.
They didn't know. They don't know what it is.
Nobody
They don't know.
even
Nobody knew. But yeah, Archangel, you're hilarious. Thank you.
He says it's not Kenobi.
It's not Kenobi. He's just having fun. We love that. We love that you can join in here and have fun. We hope everybody's having fun with us tonight. So yeah, keep on the conversation, and great job answering the poll. Yeah, I think you guys are right on the pulse, though. Who knows? There might be some lit moments. There might be some mid and lame moments. We'll just have to see, and we're going to be watching it and reviewing it with you guys. So, but we're not going to be doing anything Tuesday. We will be back on Wednesday
Yes.
watching it and reviewing it, and it's going to be hopefully a good
We got to
time.
watch it again?
Yes.
Please
no.
no.
I don't know. It depends on how good it is.
Yeah, you might want to. You, might
want
be
to.
surprised.
Who knows? But
We're gonna watch it frame by frame.
Yeah.
And then we're gonna
in
end.
this frame, you can see the mistakes.
we're gonna do a breakdown. Oh my goodness, that would be that might be treacherous and long. We would have to go through frame for frame, like how bad everything was
Yeah.
if it's terrible.
You're like, look at the rotoscoping on that saber.
The problem is if it's bad, like all of the stuff that's gonna come out, like you don't want to get on social media or like YouTube.
Well, it's already been downvoted to like oblivion.
I know, but that's just
All the
because everybody
trailers.
hates Star Wars right now.
Everybody hates Disney Star Wars and the stuff they're doing.
I'm
And
sorry,
are
Joe.
nervous for something new that could throw it off.
Yeah.
So
But I mean, if
Maybe
it, that's
once
what I'm
they
saying.
start
Like,
watching
oh man, it's gonna be interesting.
It's gonna be
get
what a time.
dicey.
These are the dark years, in my opinion, until somebody else takes
The
over.
dark ages.
and
And
gets
Hannah's
Star
got to
Wars
get
back.
up in there and take it over. So.
Yeah.
but that's why it's Rise of the Fans.
Rise of the Fans. It is Rise of the Fans, and that's why we have to be vocal about what we like and what we don't like. That's what I've always said. We're not always just trying to be negative to be negative. We are negative to be more constructive criticism, because if you don't call out stuff that sucks, then it's never going to get any better. They're just going to keep feeding you dooku's. So you gotta be honest. That's
One
what we're
more
doing.
plate of
We try to
dooku.
be fair about it, but you know, if it sucks, it sucks. So sucks to suck. All right, let's jump into the next Holonet news here.
Okay.
We don't have a ton of time on this, but
Oh, really?
which we probably should have taken more time on this than the Acolyte. I didn't think we were
Yeah.
going to talk about
Well,
it
the
as much.
Acolyte. This is the last talk we're going to have about
Before-
the Acolyte
yeah, before the Acolyte
I
comes
mean, if
out.
there was a show to talk about the Acolyte, it would be the last show that we do before the Acolyte comes out.
That makes
And then
sense.
our
You're not
show
wrong.
ends.
So it's the pre-Acolyte, Acolyte, and then we never have to talk about it again.
We just never address it. We never want.
Like-
They're like, what do you guys think about it? Acolyte, what? What are
We
you talking
didn't
about?
watch.
What are you
What if?
talking about?
Yeah. What if we literally just got our
Boycotted it?
opinions from what we heard from people in the chat? We're like, what did you guys think of it? And they're like, oh my goodness, there was just one part. Like we just literally
That'd be
refused to
interesting.
watch it.
That would
And
be
we become the
interesting.
YouTube channel that refused to watch it, but we get all our opinions from other people.
That would be great, actually.
That would be interesting. Then they would be like, you guys are missing out.
What a social experiment to
Yeah,
You
seriously.
will not believe the stuff that happened, and then you'll just because you'll hear all different sides.
Yeah.
I don't know. Half of me almost wants to in some ways.
Just not
forever-
watch it.
for everything.
Maybe we
that,
should
you know.
like refuse to let Matt watch it.
Yes.
He might not watch it anyway.
You mean might not watch it anyway?
What are you talking about?
He'll be like,
We love Matt.
wait, there's another show?
I didn't even know.
Honestly,
could
don't
be
tell
real.
him. He probably doesn't.
He's like, oh, I got to watch a show tonight.
Nobody tell him, okay? Nobody tell him.
Oh, no.
Nobody tell him.
Nobody. You will not tell Matt.
Don't tell Matt.
And that's the thing. Like
about the Aco-LIT.
there's a lot that goes into watching these shows. Sometimes they're better binged, right? Sometimes they're
Yeah,
better.
that's a good point.
One episode at a time.
You got to see the whole thing. from
Sometimes,
beginning
yeah,
to
like
end.
why are they dropping two? Because it's probably a kind of a consistent story.
cop-out.
Yeah, or the first one was trash, so they had to add on to it. But
Okay, like, well, what's coming out after this? Anything?
That's the thing.
That's
I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, we're hoping for what's the other
Maybe
one?
the Skeleton Crew?
Skeleton Crew.
Yeah.
Skeleton Crew.
We had high hopes for.
Skeleton Crew?
No. We had high hopes for
Tales of the Jedi?
Tales of the Jedi, and that
Empire?
let me down. So at this point, I'm like, what are we doing
Just a
anymore?
bad taste in
Yeah.
your mouth.
That left
Yeah.
a really bad taste. And you know what else? It left a bad taste in whose mouth?
You mean
Perfect segue here
Tales of the Empire.
is George Lucas.
Yep.
I think Disney Star Wars has left a bad taste in George Lucas's mouth because he was at the Cannes.
Can.
Con.
There's I've heard every way
Con.
to pronounce
It's the
this.
Cannes Film Festival.
Is
Are
it
you
the
sure?
Cannes Film
Yeah.
Festival?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh.
Literally, look it up on Google.
Yes,
I prefer
will.
cans.
All right.
Canis.
Yeah. So anyway,
There was a battle fought there in World War II.
Con?
Yeah.
Really?
France?
Con France?
Yeah.
Cannes, France.
It's France.
Hey everybody,
Yeah,
we're still on the show.
It's French.
It's French.
Is Vive la Resistance?
La Resistance.
No, but
Con.
no. So he was at insert the way you want to say it here festival.
Con.
And he received an honorary Palme d'Or, or however you
He's
say
being
that.
held up in this
It's
picture.
standing ovation.
I didn't do it.
I didn't do it, guys. I swear.
Sorry.
But
It's like, my hands are clean.
he's like, yeah. He's like, bet you guys miss Daddy. Look what happened now.
Jorge's here.
Oh my goodness.
I wash my hands.
The Cannibal Film
Yeah.
Festival.
Whoa.
Cannibal film.
Wow.
Sheesh.
And Miss Manrique said, I'm depending on you guys so that I don't have to watch anything. Give me your reviews. Going back.
Oh yeah.
I
Archangel.
only know how to pronounce it because
Oh my
and that's
god.
how he
Mr.
pronounces
B.
it. He
So you're
goes,
going off how Mr. Bean pronounces things?
Yeah, that's your
Con.
source.
Con.
Well, and technically, it's Festival de Cannes.
And
Oh, he
wait,
said
did
con,
you get
though.
the phonetic
Well,
spelling?
No, but
Well,
I'm
Archangel
trusting
Epics
Nick,
here
which might
is
be.
spelling it.
Yeah,
Con.
that's how you say
So it's
it.
like,
Con.
so it's kind of like pecan. Pecan.
It's just
No
con.
puh.
Pecans.
Pecan pie.
Pecan. At Pecans
and then
Film
you see
Festival.
and then you see a pie with a pecan in the middle of it.
I think that's what we have to
Pecan
do.
pie.
That's the trophy. They got a pecan
okay.
pie.
I just looked it up. It's
Con.
a can.
Can?
It is
Yeah,
can.
it gives sounds like, and it sounds like can.
Okay.
All
right.
Don't trust Nick. That's
no,
more
you
of
gotta
the story.
play it through your. Play
I
it-
did.
No. I didn't hear it.
Well, you can't.
We're not going to be able to hear.
Telling you what.
This
Play
is
it-
stay on
play it
target.
again.
We get stuck on the way to pronounce something.
George said, I'm a stubborn guy and I didn't want people to tell me how to make my movies.
Ha, can.
That was pretty good, actually.
That's pretty good. Can.
Can.
Play the one that's from.
Yeah, from
yeah,
France.
right. It depends on what part of France
Yeah.
you're from. And Archangel says, con.
Can.
I love
Con,
Can.
yeah, because
Welcome to the Cannes Festival.
That's down the
It's
south.
over. It's over by the trailer festival.
Yeah, Miss Manrique said it too. You should have just followed her.
And Mrs.
Oh,
Manley.
sorry.
We are great at pronunciation, says Hannah.
I know.
Pecan.
Pecans.
I mean, this is language. We're
This is
experts.
linguistics, man. This is not Hattese.
All right. What did George say?
That's how you say con.
He said something about being
Hattese.
stubborn,
Can.
Dustin. Did you want to lead with this?
Con.
No, well,
No.
yeah. Basically, no. He
didn't want to
accepted that. Or you can pronounce it,
The festival.
and he drops some George bombshell nuggets during the film or during his interview.
Drop some dooku's.
He dropped some dooku's. Yes, he did.
He definitely did.
And there's some really great stuff in here. It's really interesting. It's kind of eye opening. Now take a lot of what he's saying with a grain of
Buffering?
we be buffering.
Buffering? Pam do.
It does not like when I play these things.
I don't know, something
I'm telling
like-
you what.
I
I don't know if the internet's
So,
being goofy.
I'm just gonna shut him down.
Okay,
Shut
you're-
him
I think
down.
you're back.
Are we
Yeah,
back?
we're back. We're back.
We're
So
back.
according
We're still-
to
we
the
never left.
pronunciation of con, the palme d'or would be palme d'or.
Nick, it's French. Don't
Palme
question
d'or.
them.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness.
You really got to get
It
to
does not like these windows. I'm killing them.
kill the
All right,
windows.
We're going off memory here. All right,
Yeah.
but basically, yeah. So he had some things that he was talking about there, and he talked about a lot of like the history. Because the interesting thing about the whatever pronunciation, con, whatever, who cares?
Cans.
Is the fact that it's a lot of independent film is released there, and he's always been an independent filmmaker, and that's what like people you have to respect about George Lucas is that he always made the movies that he wanted to make. He
Yes.
never really curtailed to any studio, and he was able to keep that his entire career and his entire life, which is very interesting to me. And also, I think part of the reason why they gave him this award, this honorary award. Kind of his lifetime achievement award, and it was just interesting some of the topics they went into when they were talking about. And he talks about some of the early on with Francis Ford Coppola, which is some interesting stuff, and how he mentored him, and that was some interesting stuff. But really, he got into some spicy territory here, talking about he kind of. I'm not sure which one we want to jump into yet, but
He only said like 3 sentences that were spicy, wasn't it?
yeah, it wasn't a ton, but he was being very. I think he was being very careful about.
Disney stock.
Yeah.
You cannot say Disney legally.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he
he
cannot
probably
say
can.
Disney. And I think he just he can't like. It's like a non-slander or something.
Yeah,
uh,
that
It's like
makes
clause.
an NDA, but
Yeah.
Yeah,
that makes sense.
So he's being very careful with what he's talking about. But I'd say one of the biggest ones was how he came out and said, "I'm the one who knows Star Wars. I'm the one who knows the Force." And he basically goes, I don't have the actual quote because it's screwing everything
broken.
up. So I'm paraphrasing. You can look it up yourself. But he goes in to talk about that with the new movies that have been made, and he's saying Disney, but he didn't say Disney. Disney, Star Wars.
He said they.
They,
Them peoples.
them peoples, them they. He
Can.
said that those original ideas of original Star Wars, basically, they've been lost.
Yep.
They lost their way. And he's like, but that's what happens when you give it up, you give it up. And it's a weird, he talks, he says what he wants to say, but he's careful about what he's saying. But it's just like
Yeah.
but he's trying to let it go still. But I think it still bugs him.
Wait until
That's-
the non-disclosure agreement ends.
Yeah. Or until he just like really doesn't
I'll
care
tell you
anymore.
what. Tell you what about
It's
Disney.
got to be complicated because I think he was feeling that way for a long time because he was
Yeah.
like jaded over the fans that hated his prequels and and then like when he made the originals, it was like such an accident that he was
Right.
like, it never really even sunk in. You can even see it when he's talking about it. He's like, I don't know why I can't believe it's that people loved it. He's like, they just liked it because it was sci-fi. They watch everything sci-fi. And
Yeah.
then here he is like 50 years later. And he's like, well, people, I don't know. Nobody liked my stuff. I don't know why I got so famous. It's like,
Well-
I just made it because I thought it was cool. And then then somebody wanted to buy it. And I was like, fine, I'm done. I don't want to mess with this, And then he lets it go.
And that was the interesting thing was he even said, he's like, I never made films that won awards.
Yep.
He's like, I may have made popular films, but I never made films that won awards, and that's why he was like, it's cool to get an award. Basically, almost is what he was saying.
That's amazing.
Which was funny to me because the most popular franchise in all of history, he's finally getting an award for it. And
with one movie,
yeah,
and with all of your special effects, and he's like, it's just like George has been running against the grain his entire
life,
like professional life. Mm-hmm. He's like, they didn't think I could do it. Like nobody thought this movie would be successful. The film, the executives didn't even want to make it. You know, So he had to do all this other workaround stuff to get the movie made, and then he makes this insanely crazy epic Star Wars, and then comes back and makes 2 sequels. Of course, once he made the first one, they're like, well, you got to give us sequels. He's like, oh, now you like it? You know, and of course, that's what's so crazy is that Empire is arguably better.
Yep.
Right.
And then Return is...
Which is a perfect combo.
Return is a good... how to close a trilogy for, you know...
And
for an original story. I mean, it wasn't Lord of the Rings that had books and, you know...
Right, yeah.
It wasn't anything written. It was just
nothing
up in his noggin.
Yeah, exactly. And the interesting thing even there was he was smart enough to realize that he would never be able to explain what he was thinking or what the story would be. So he went to Ralph McQuarrie to draw up the artwork to sell it to the studios. And that's actually really what sold it. So to all you artists out there, kudos.
Kudos.
Yeah.
But and then also I think it was the perfect combination of directing with his storytelling came to fruition in The Empire Strikes Back, in my opinion, with combo when you have people you can work with, but you have George leading the story. So he leads the story, but he might not be doing all the day-to-day directing, or he's at least giving his opinion.
Yeah.
But you have somebody else there who's helping him with that. But he did even go in to defend some of his original or his movies. When it comes to a lot of stuff. And to your point, again, there's some things in the movies that people don't love about his movies, but he likes to remind everybody, and I like that he does, is these movies were actually made for 12-year-olds. They were kids coming of age, going through puberty. Yeah,
yes.
It's
Like
made for
permanent
kids.
12-year-olds?
And people like to critique his movies and the funny elements and the silly elements in the movies, but he reminds everybody it's not for adults; it's actually for kids. But I mean, to push back against that, I think Star Wars is for everybody.
So is now that
every
we're
age.
old, is that why we don't get it? Is
No.
Disney just literally trying to hold on to his original ethos, which is for 12-year-olds?
No, because
12-year-olds in 2024 are different than 12-year-olds in 1990 blah blah blah, or 2000 blah blah blah.
maybe there's an element to that, but honestly, I think well, and even George though now he threw a little bit of shade at Disney, even saying that they lost their way. And I think if you had a candid conversation with George, there's nobody, you're not going to repeat it anywhere. There's no recordings or anything like that happening. I think he would say that they have totally missed the mark and he doesn't like anything.
Well,
that
let's
they've
get
done.
Archangel Epics to go.
Yep.
Get a quick conversation going.
And get Hannah.
And talk to them and get Hannah involved, and then we'll settle what's going on behind the scenes. I think you're right, though, Dustin. I think it'd be hard to like sell your company that you owned and created from scratch to a place, and then like within a year be like, oh, that was a horrible decision.
It was a bad choice.
But now, if you say it was a horrible decision, then it almost tarnishes your entire career.
Yeah.
Because it's like, well, you handed it off.
I know,
and then they
that's the
sunk
problem.
the ship. So it's like he can't. And then, he made buku bucks, but he even says he's like, I didn't want to make money. He's like, I'm spending all my own money, and I just wanted to make art. He's like, I just want to make tone poems. I don't care if anybody else. I don't care if it makes money.
Yeah, that's what he said. They said in the beginning they weren't about making money. They just wanted to make the best movie possible. And that is the way you should come at a film. And I feel like that's where Disney is like, we have to make money. We have to be popular. We have to go with what's popular. We have to
That's probably how they sold it to him. They're like, well, George, if you let us sell it to you or buy it from you for $4 billion, you'll never have to do anything ever. Billion into 30 billion because we know how to market and make money on this stuff. and then it did make some money, but not as nowhere near like it should.
Yeah, and to your point,
Corporate crap.
right? That's the thing. But to your point, 2010 Disney is a totally different Disney than what's now, and I think. I think if it was 2024 and he was wanting to sell to Disney, I think he'd be like,
Absolutely.
no way, I am not selling to you guys. I think he sold his company because, well, they led him to believe that he was still going to be highly involved with the sequel trilogies and with Star Wars going forward. And even Bob Iger admitted to that in his autobiography, that he misled George. And then they totally scrapped everything and went a completely different direction. Like, oh, we know what's better. And look at how far they've fallen now because of that. What idiots. But it's also...
why wouldn't you want to keep the guy that
Yeah,
changed
it's
cinema
so
forever
stupid.
on the payroll and just talk to him about ideas? But then it's Kathleen Kennedy. Are they really that close?
I
Or
think
did she
she
take-
led him to believe
or
that
did
she
she-
was
yeah.
somebody else. But also the fact that I think George is more... what's the word I'm looking for?
Trusting.
No, I'm just gonna say
Oh.
I think he believes in certain things that we wouldn't necessarily believe in. He is in Hollywood after all.
he's
There's a lot of
He's a loony.
no. I just feel like he might believe in some other agendas, not everything.
Well,
but
I think there are errors in his ways.
I agree.
As genius and savant as he is,
right,
like he just has a few decisions that maybe he should have thought a little bit longer on, like sand.
It's coarse and rough and irritating.
Like dialogue, like George.
He
Maybe
gets
we should get a little better dialogue here
Right.
for these amazing actors and actresses. No, it's fine. It's fine.
you can write this crap, George. You just can't say
exactly. And then he's like, maybe we
Famous
should think
Han
about
Solo.
who's going to take on the reins and who we're going to sell this to. And he was just in a dark place. He's like, I don't know, just Disney. I don't know, whatever.
Who's the biggest company right now? Disney.
it. Yeah, in some
Yeah,
ways,
exactly.
I feel like he was securing his. He thought he was securing his legacy in a company that had been around the longest for filmmaking, and that was on the rise. And I think he thought, if you look back at all the Disney movies that have been made over the decades, you would say that back in 2010, you would say that Disney's probably the safest bet for your legacy to move on. And I don't think he wanted Star Wars to die. And I think they sold it to him by saying, look, you got no heirs that are going to take over the company, George. You got this, give it to us and we can secure your legacy. And then, but the problem with that though, too, also, he is trusting and he's a good person because what happened, there's also more evidence going back that Bob Iger, who was one of the studio heads, I think at NBC or something like that, when he was making this Indiana Jones series, they didn't want to greenlight the second one, but Bob Iger actually came in and helped get the second season made for the young Indiana Jones. And I don't think George Lucas ever forgot that. And that's why whenever Bob Iger came back to him about selling Disney to him,
He was the perfect guy.
He thought he was putting it in good hands because this dude, I remember he was good to me a long time ago, and I'm going to remember that. And that's like maybe George is a good person, and he
true.
remembers when people do favors for him, and he thought
when
it was
nobody else
secure.
believed in George, everybody else was like, why would I get away? This is a dumb idea. George, you don't know what you're talking
Yeah.
about. And George is like, I've made the most successful franchise in all time. Like, we don't really care. But then, Iger comes in and he's like, actually, I think we'll give it a try.
Yeah,
Try.
exactly. And he doesn't forget that kind of stuff. I think that's also maybe some naivete in some ways to
People
George.
change too, Dustin.
But yeah, people do change.
Maybe he was good at that time, but then he changed.
It's true. Well, and it's a totally different world when it comes. That's what I'm saying. Back in 2010, look at all the crap now versus 2010. It's a totally different world.
Well, and even the ability, I love how we talked about how nobody makes original stories anymore.
Nope.
And
He said
Disney,
that, yeah.
George said that.
And he said that about corporations.
And he said corporations just come in and they just keep copy and paste.
Yep.
Nobody has any original ideas. And therefore, but who's doing that exactly? It's Disney.
Disney, he's
Because
calling them out.
Disney.
It's a sequel. It's Toy Story 75. It's
Oh God.
Cars 6.
Toy
A
Story
remake
75.
of whatever.
Yeah,
Right,
The Little
right.
Mermaid. Now it's the live action version.
Yeah.
Now
The
we're going to go back to the
Lion
other.
King.
Then in 20 years, they're going to do a remake of the live action version of the animated version.
Right.
And I mean,
Yeah.
that's fine to see like reskinned and like with all the technology and stuff. And I think that's kind of cool to see it brought to life. But they're not adding anything to it. And it's
Yeah.
just regurgitated story, regurgitated everything.
One of the
Because-
worst offenders, I think, is the Batman series. Like,
Oh, how
because
they keep coming out with more-
remaking
yeah.
it, and it's like, guys, stop. How many Batmen do you
Yeah.
need?
Yes, and that's why some of the best movies that we like are it was just a one time thing. Like,
Yep.
you can't touch it.
Yep.
And
Yeah.
then
Princess Bride.
Princess Bride.
That's about
Princess
it.
Bride. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Everything else has been redone. But
Yep.
I mean, I like that when he talked about how people and places do that kind of stuff.
Yeah. And I did like, so he also defended his movies, which I thought was interesting to me. And there's one great point I think he made, but one of the things people come at him against now, again, in 2024, is they say that his movies weren't diverse enough. That was an argument people say, that it's all white men. And then he comes out, I love his quote though. He's like straight up, just like, he's like, what are you guys talking about? He's like, most of the people were aliens.
Yeah, right.
He's like, most of the people in the films were aliens.
Yeah.
And then he's like, I got Lando Calrissian. I got all these different characters, ethnicities.
Samuel
He's
L.
like
Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson in the prequels. And then they also came at him and were saying that not enough female. They even 2024 Disney, they keep saying, they're like, oh, all female led, all female this, all female that. Well, that's all they can say. Like females have been marginalized. And then he's like, what about Princess Leia? He says, who do you think the heroes of those films were?
Right.
He's like, Princess Leia is the leader of the rebellion, trying to take this kid who knows nothing and this guy who thinks he knows everything to successfully defeat the Empire. He's like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And the other part that he said, it was hilarious, and I think this is a direct call out to Disney and Kathleen Kennedy, is you can't just put a woman in pants and put a woman in pants and say she's now the hero. He's like, it's not what she wears. You can wear a dress. He kind of backtracks a little bit, but he's like, it's she can wear a dress. She can wear it. It's about her mind. It's about her ability to think, be logistical. He said a few different things, but it's more about how smart she is, and it's not just because you made her like a man, which I thought is basically what he was saying, and that's like all that Disney Star Wars has been doing. I just love the fact that George Lucas is calling them out on this, and rightfully so. So I completely agree with him on all those points. So I think if he said what he could really say, I would think a lot of people would be shocked.
Yeah.
And they'd be upset.
But you can read through the subtext or like you were talking about between the lines. You can tell he's, because he could just as easily come out and be like, people don't like the sequels, but I thought they did a lot of good stuff in there. He could come out and say that if he felt that way.
Yeah.
Or he could.
He's never really said that.
Or he could not talk about it at all and just kind of talk about what he did back in the day, because that's what they were asking him about anyway. But you can tell even at this point, he's kind of like, I don't know, I got some ideas. I don't really care. I mean, yeah, it was good, but like he's such an innovator. He's always looking to the future. Like obviously he's retired and he's 80. So I mean, what point do you kind of slow down a little bit and take it easy and kind of reflect? But I don't know. So the guy's a genius in a lot of ways.
As Bismo said, because he jumped in a little bit ago.
What's up, Biz?
What's up, Biz?
And the Cunningham family, what's up?
Yeah. Well, Bismo said, George the GOAT.
George is the GOAT.
Yeah.
He will always be remembered that way, despite this bump in his legacy.
Yeah. Honestly, at this point, though, if I were George, I saw some of the chat talking about this. Take it back, dude.
Yeah.
Like
Buy it back.
I would buy it back. I would do whatever you could to get this back and get it back on track. And you are already a legend, but that would make you a legend forever, in my opinion. Like if he jumped on and took Disney back and was like, I don't like the direction they're going with it. He's like, it's always been independent. I made a big mistake selling it to a corporation, which I've always talked about against.
Yeah.
I'm going to take it back and I'm going to put these people in charge, and we're going to set things in place so it can never happen again. I would say that's the right way to go, honestly, in my opinion. But who does he trust at this point? Because the people that he thought he trusted betrayed him. So
yeah, I don't feel like he has always the best, people around him that he can
because
trust.
he's in crazy Hollywood.
Even the prequels, you could argue like he didn't put the best people around him to get those stories as great as they could have been. They were all just around him being like, yeah, George, whatever you want, man.
Right,
Yeah,
because they saw him, they idoled him, and they idolized him.
Right.
They idled him.
They put him on idol.
They dooku'd him.
Yeah.
Yeah, they needed to be a little bit more pushed back, I'd say.
Maybe
with
in the prequels.
But the story's still there. Just saying. It's still way better than sequels.
Yep.
Skylark said, I don't think Disney would ever sell. They can't think of anything else, so they'll cling on.
Exactly.
Klingon.
Klingon.
Although
Klingon.
technically,
No.
technically Disney has sold because the dude who sold Power Rangers to them back in the day.
Oh, yeah.
And they totally messed that up, and to the point where he was able to buy it back
Really?
for like pennies
Oh, that's
for what he
right,
sold
yeah.
it for, and then he was able to make a ton more money off it. And I'm like, dude, George Lucas, this is the time to buy it. Like I bet he could probably. They're never gonna let it go. I agree, but
Skylark's right. Yeah.
it makes too much money.
Well-
but it doesn't actually make them money. They've lost
on-
money on the deal.
Never is a strong word.
That's a good point.
Then on the other hand, we tank Disney.
That's it.
Yeah.
That's it. Money speaks, or the
does.
lack of.
Well, they're losing money.
Well, that's
Disney
why
is
they
losing money.
That's
a
why
ton.
they and Marvel even the Legend, they sold off all their properties to like all these different studios.
Yep.
So Disney might get to a point where they have to sell Marvel off, and they have to sell Star Wars off, and they have to sell whatever.
Right.
The crazy thing is that the world has changed for like why companies buy entertainment. Because like movies are different, now than streaming and this, that, and the other. And that's still changing the way that we like see entertainment, And I think that's partially where George was like, I don't know what's going to happen to the movie industry in the next 10 years.
Right.
He even kind of mentioned
He
that. a
did
little
talk
bit.
about that with streaming.
And he could see the future, and he
that was a big reason why he sold.
Yeah, exactly. And he's thinking way beyond like fourth dimension, And he knew that Disney was going to come out with a streaming platform at some point, and
He's like, that doomed.
he knew that they were going to buy Fox, which was the original company that created Star Wars, and
Yep.
Yeah.
he's all in that. But I don't know. Maybe he's we've always talked about he's playing 4D chess.
He
Like,
kind of is.
he set them up for failure so
Maybe-
that he could buy it back.
And that's why I would be like, that would be the greatest move ever. I could see him doing it. That's the crazy thing.
Buying
Like, I
it
could
back,
totally see him doing it.
Revamping it.
Because they've lost so much money on the deal.
Be like, okay, everything Disney Star Wars did, gone.
Yeah, exactly.
Let's
Or just
start
totally just
Yeah.
getting rid of it all like
We're
they did with
doing
the Legends.
the Thrawn trilogy.
Boom. Yes, the true sequel. Don't
There
get me
we go.
started
It's a
on
matter of
that.
time.
I'm not.
Drops that, like the first show he drops would be that.
But I will say, it was great to see George Lucas back in the public eye. We haven't seen him in a while. It's great to see him. I know he's working on a a museum right now, so he's putting a lot of attention into that.
It's
He did
all-
focus. He was
it's
a
all
family
about
man.
him.
He was. Yeah, it's just my
It's like this is
my
a-
legacy.
This is the hairbrush I used when I wrote Star Wars.
People would want to see that.
They would. I mean,
I would, yeah. I would love to own that.
but yeah. So
As
he
weird
definitely.
as that is.
Yeah, it's weird. But it's definitely some interesting stuff that he said, and we covered it here. And we'd like to know your thoughts. What do you guys think about everything that George Lucas said? Do you agree? Do you not agree? Do you think he's the GOAT? We think he's the GOAT still. I still think, nobody's perfect, especially some
Nobody's perfect.
Disney. But yeah, all right. Well, and I hope to see more of him in the future. I'd love to see. But the one other thing was there was a ton of rumors. I know we need to move on. That he was coming back to Star Wars to do something, and he totally squashed those during the thing, unless he's just playing coy. But he was like, I'm done. He's like, no, I'm not making any more. I'm done.
I mean, if people didn't listen to him when he was like 30 and healthy and,
They're not gonna
showed his
listen to him now.
brilliance,
Yeah.
now that he's like an 80-year-old old man.
He's a wizard.
Right.
People are like,
Well, that's kind of some of the stuff the director of the Acolyte was saying about George Lucas. She
Yeah.
threw some shade
That's
at
what
him
I'm saying.
multiple
I don't like that
times.
stuff.
And I'm like, how arrogant. and
Clint Eastwood's
dumb
like
do you have to
98.
be?
He's making movies. George could be
Yeah.
doing it. You got
Come on, George, you
Martin
can do it.
Scorsese's like 90. He's making movies.
Yep.
Francis Ford Coppola's still alive. He's got to be
Yeah, pretty old.
80
Right.
something.
Yep.
He's 85, I think.
Isn't that Nick Cage's uncle?
Could be. Yeah, it
think
is.
so.
Yeah, Nick.
Is it really?
Yeah, it
Yeah.
is. Nick Coppola.
Oh my.
Nick Coppola
goodness.
was his legal name.
And his,
That's crazy.
And
Something
he
like that.
changed it to Nick Cage
Yep.
after Luke Cage.
And wasn't his
Seriously?
sister
Yeah.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
That makes it even better.
his sister or something, or was it Coppola's daughter was in The Godfather too? I think.
Yeah,
was the-
something like that.
I just did the Matt moment there. I didn't know something. I just realized.
That was a
I
deep
told you
cut.
it was going to happen
That
in
was a
this
deep
stream,
cut
and it
fact.
happened.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay, that was awesome. Also, in the chat here, I love what you guys are saying. Decanonize the sequels. I completely agree, and I'm going to take it one step further. Decanonize Disney Star Wars.
Yep.
I will say, honestly, at this point, minus The Mandalorian
Rebels.
and Rebels, but was Rebel? Yeah, it was
Disney
during-
XD.
It was Disney
Yep.
XD. But I still say there's too much bad, not enough good. Decanonize.
Or Andor.
decanonize.
Andor was
There's a
Andor.
few gems, but overall, I'd still decanonize it all if
90%.
it meant a better Star Wars moving forward.
Rogue One was pretty good. I know you don't care for it.
Rouge one.
No, I like elements of
You
it.
hate it.
I'm just a I'm just a hopeful kind of guy.
You're like Bismo.
No. I always say this about Rogue One. It's the most Star Wars looking movie I've ever seen.
Yeah.
They nail the
Yeah.
look of it. It's just I don't feel like it had the hope that the original does. The tone's different for me, and that's what's challenging. Like I always want, and the other thing for me is like you introduce all these amazing characters that I really get attached to and I really enjoy, and you kill them all off. I'm sad. I'm just mostly sad about that. I want to see those characters doing more, and the only way you can do it now is going back in time, and that takes an element of intrigue or suspense away from what happens. So that's my personal opinion. But anyway, you guys have any last thoughts on George Lucas? I want to get to this game time here real quick.
You're George Lucas.
Nope, George is good. It's fun to see him around and about and bringing up his comments. Yeah. And to see him get honored for what he did because, like, it's true. Like, if you're any kind of a artist or creative person, just kind of read his story and how many times he was said, "You suck, George. You don't know what you're doing." And even like his the road that he took to get where he got, you just can't make this stuff up.
No,
so if you feel like you're lost in your life or you're not sure what you want to do or people keep telling you can't do it or whatever, it's like just keep going. Keep like if you have something in mind and it's like almost like the more friction is around that thing, the more maybe that you're supposed to do that thing. I mean, maybe you should listen, but you should put people around you that are wise,
Right.
and that know more about that thing. And we want people rooting for you. You also want people that can tell you, like, well, maybe let's try something.
They're rooting
a
for
little
you,
different.
but they want you to be the best that you can be.
Right. If you
That's
just-
the other thing.
right.
Like they call you out.
I don't know. It seems like that the stories of like the most famous people that came out with the best ideas, it was just like years and years and decades of people saying, "You're crazy. You'll never make
Right.
it. You can't do this. Stop trying." And then eventually, Star Wars is born. I don't know.
Exactly. How much you had to fight for that to happen.
Yeah, he didn't even want to be a filmmaker. He wanted to be a photographer. I don't know. It's just crazy. Like, how do you make the
How do you make
greatest film?
that jump?
And then the technology that he innovated in the process is like, he's not like a super technology person. So he obviously had a way of putting good people in his camp that
Right,
knew
yeah.
a lot of stuff.
You had to build a team. That was
Yeah,
another
you had
thing.
to build a team.
Yeah.
And
They believed in him because he believed in himself.
I mean, because those people were genius, like Ralph McQuarrie. I mean, like, that's a genius move.
That was genius, right?
Like, we got Nick.
Hey, Nick.
That's it. Is that a genius move?
You're an
We
artist.
might not
You're
never
our
know.
Ralph McQuarrie.
We
Yeah,
should do a poll in the chat.
You're the
Is that a
artist.
genius move?
I'd say like who sums it up really well is actually Sam Witwer. He talks about George Lucas and he says, George Lucas will come up and tell you an idea and you don't know what to think of the idea because you've never heard of it before and it's never been done before and you immediately think it's bad until he executes the idea and it blows you away. That's one of the things that Sam Witwer said about George Lucas. What kind of genius he is. I'd say if anybody has the pulse on Star Wars in a lot of ways,
Sam
I'd say
Witwer.
Sam Witwer.
Yeah.
They should have him in there in some high capacity, I would say, if he wanted to actually
Or
do it,
just
which he probably
reprise
doesn't.
his role as Star Killer.
Yeah, I would love that. I would love that. That'd be amazing.
Well, when Hannah's president, she can hire him.
Right, right, exactly. But well said, Dan. I love your points on all that. That was really well said.
Fascinating.
for
Fascinating.
A goat, like Bismo. Everybody's saying, what's this hashtag knock?
Why are they saying my name?
Well, because
Oh, Nick
Dan
Knock.
said
okay. Yeah.
we've got Nick.
We
got Nick.
And when they're calling him knock,
Knock.
tonight, you just
Yeah.
got dooku'd.
I got dooku'd by the own chat.
By your own gonkers.
Knock,
By
knock.
the gonkers.
Who's there?
We will ask the questions. And
KG.
Go ahead.
No.
The
stop.
Cunningham family, I see showed up, and I was
Okay.
biding my time, but hi Cunningham family, I'm
Hello.
doing well. I'm glad you guys are having a good day. I've been missing you guys, but thanks again for adopting me. What were you gonna say?
Yeah,
Fact
well, I
checker?
was going to come to that, but I'm
Okay.
glad you caught it too.
I had to.
'cause
I
you
love
have
the
to
Cunningham.
address your family.
It's just like it's like when I see the Cunningham family, it's like receiving a warm hug. That's how I describe it.
that's awesome.
Sorry, what were you gonna say?
It's funny because you've never met them either. You've never,
You've never been hugged.
don't even know what a hug is.
Oh, the chat.
Oh,
Hashtag knock.
Hashtag knock.
I think I just got dooku'd.
Peace and prosperity.
Yeah. All right. What were you gonna say?
Well, yeah, KG was saying Star Wars was always ahead of its time under George. Absolutely.
Yeah. Now it's behind the times.
Yeah. It's in the Stone Age.
Well,
now.
when George stopped innovating, look what happened to the entertainment industry.
Yeah. Seriously.
Yeah.
The wicked of streaming. Shut up.
Oh, we could be streaming.
That's your best idea. Let's play stuff through the TV instead of the movie
Right?
theater.
Yeah, let's
Dan's-
not go to the movie theater.
Dan's like, who let that guy in here? Get him out.
Right.
Shut up with the streaming.
Well, isn't it? I think it's interesting that Acolyte episodes 1 and 2 are playing in theaters and select theaters. Yeah.
Oh.
Why is it always select theaters? Why isn't it
Because
all
they
of
don't
them?
want to put the money out
Yeah,
there to
because
give it
it's
to
not going to make
theaters.
enough money back for.
That's
So we
the
watched-
concern. Yeah.
What movie was that we watched? The Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare?
Yes.
Yes.
It stopped playing because the power did something.
Oh,
and
yeah.
I
Storm.
learned that they actually get it like digitally.
Yeah,
The
but-
movie.
Movie theaters
But
now.
movie theaters have to pay for it
Why?
because that's
It's
the
a-
business.
It's a.
It's not a business.
Yeah, it is because
I
the
know,
movie
I'm just
theaters
joking.
pay for it, and then they sell the tickets,
Right, yeah.
and so someone's
It's an
gotta make
ungentlemanly
money.
game.
Yep. But I'm saying, like, why is it only select?
Because
they just
don't-
choose not to pay for it?
or they're choosing not to open it up to more theaters to buy it.
Yeah.
because they
You-
don't think
Oh.
it'll
They're
go
not going
well.
to get a return on investment.
Yeah.
See, and I feel like that's a sad reality that Disney's living.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
is.
Like,
Yeah,
oh,
for
we're only
sure.
going to
Yeah.
do a select because not everybody's going to watch it. It's like, what do you mean not everybody's going to watch
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Right.
The pro to it, I see, is that there are there is still a good passion for people going to the movies, or they're trying to revive that. I think
I think they need to do.
I don't know.
maybe not with the
streaming
Acolyte,
altogether.
but yeah, but just get people back to the theaters.
Well, I mean, yeah. The only other thing,
Yeah,
like,
I agree.
keep it to TV shows, streaming,
yeah.
not movies.
Right. Yeah. That's that because they're kind of ruining.
How do you
the-
spend $200 million and then release it to streaming for
I know
a $20
Right.
fee?
Yeah.
I mean, talk about a bang for your buck. Like you spend $200 million, I'll spend $20. We'll call it, and I'll say it's trash. you
Yeah.
know?
Right.
But if you spend it,
And
then
who
you
actually
put-
does that? Who actually pays for that? Don't most of us
It's
just wait until it comes out for
part of
free.
it that we don't understand is that like marketing on a $200 million movie is another 200 or 300 or 400 million. And in the day of social media, where now you got to market it like you can't just put it on the Tonight Show with who was the guy from 30 years ago, Skylark. Anyway, you can't just put it on the because like if you were on that Tonight Show, like you were instantly famous around the world. Right, that's all you got to
'cause
do.
That's all that was playing. That
Nowadays, you got to
Johnny
go
Carson.
Johnny
Yeah,
Carson.
Johnny
Now you got to
Carson,
go
I was
to
gonna
every
say.
single stream. I mean, it's so much money to market
Yeah.
properly and get a film like, and then people still don't go see it. So it's like you spend $300 million on marketing and you don't know if it's going to turn out. So you got $500 million on a movie, 17 people watch it. I don't know.
That's a bad movie.
That's
If only 17 people watch it.
Yeah, one Hondo.
yeah. And then but look at the movies lately. They haven't been
No,
kicking out
they've
big
been-
bucks except for like Mario and Family. Good
It's
quality
because people don't
family
trust
movies.
people don't trust movies anymore. They don't trust what they're selling, and people don't want to buy it. That's people speak
Because
with
if they
their-
did
their money.
200 million on the Acolyte, Dustin, and dropped it in the theater, are you going to go watch it?
I'm gonna wait till what everybody else sees.
No,
says.
you know what I'm
Actually,
saying?
hey, we do this channel, so I'd probably go watch it. To be honest,
You know,
to be perfectly
but would you
honest.
be, you know what I'm saying? Or would you go spend 20, 30, 40, $50? I don't know how much.
$50?
I might, but I wouldn't
He
be
gets a lot of
excited about
popcorn,
it.
okay?
It's a lot.
But, wait, hey, no, I don't.
That's
No, I'm
what
saying, but
hugs
if
seen
you
you
take
get
your
a whole tub of
family,
popcorn.
you know, if you take your family to see a movie, like you want to know that it's
Yeah.
good. You're
Right,
not going to
yeah.
go waste $100 now.
Yeah,
Price is going up.
I'll just wait till it comes out on streaming.
Like you went and watched Phantom Menace. Why did you go watch Phantom Menace with your family?
Yeah, you already saw it, dummy.
the Phantom
because
Menace.
you knew you were
Yeah.
going to get a great experience with your
Yeah.
family, and it
There
was
so
going to be
many-
fun.
There's so many elements to that.
So I'm
made
just
it a
saying,
no-brainer.
I think
Undone.
that's why if they did Acolyte in the theaters, they would be like, "Oh, we spent this much," and it made $12.
Yeah,
They have to release it on streaming,
Well-
and then they can bury the facts.
Yeah.
right. They don't
Yeah,
actually
it's
give you the.
But it's a
what
actual
is it,
losers.
the greatest show in the world? I'm sure we'll see those
Oh,
commercials.
that's sure, probably.
The number
yeah.
one show
Number
on
one- yeah.
Number one
streaming.
show on streaming.
Yeah, exactly.
The Acolyte. It's like nobody likes this show.
Yeah. No, you
I don't know. You never know.
yeah. Me, you never know.
You never know. But yeah, those are great points.
Yeah.
I do want to get to this game before Nick has
Oh,
to
what's
leave.
the game?
Oh, I got 2 minutes.
Shoot. All right. So the game. We're jumping into game time. Those were our thoughts on George Lucas talking back, clapping back. He's always saying things. Man, George Lucas says what he wants to say. Yeah, let us know your thoughts below. We want to hear from you. If you're watching this later, if you're watching now, we want to hear what you guys think about what George Lucas said. But we're going to jump into game time. Game time. All right.
time.
It's a new game, actually. It's a new game, and I'm excited about it, okay?
You got 1 minute.
It's oh my goodness. All right. It's called 20 questions for a space slug. Java.
What?
So it's 20 questions.
It's okay, basically
There's the Jabba you were talking
there's
about.
Java. Look, I love a good bookend. I
love
love
a
a good
book.
callback.
We got the book here.
Yes.
full circle.
The tiny book. I forgot about the tiny book. We do have the tiny book.
Looks like a batch
It
of
is
matches.
Adorable.
It is pretty
Or
sweet,
toothpicks.
actually.
All right, you look at that while I read off how to
Die
play.
with a
it.
Look, my nose is stuck in a book. It's a phrase that's never been said about Dan.
An audiobook only.
Ooh,
Yeah, I like
ears are
audiobooks.
stuck in a book.
I'll read a book, but I don't have time to do it. And like,
Okay, I gotta go.
oh no, okay, all right. So basically, it's 20 questions. Yeah, so the space slug, whoever's it, is the space slug, and they think
Java.
they
Mix
think
it.
yeah, Java. They think of a person / alien, place or thing. Then the what am I saying? Then the everyone else. Then the everyone. Wow, I wrote that really intelligently. The ability to speak. Then everyone else has 20 yes or no questions to guess what it is.
Yeah,
all right.
okay,
It's
okay.
yes or
Okay,
no
I got
questions.
something.
Do you understand?
Okay.
Yeah, let's
No.
do this.
All right. And whoever gets it gets a point. If nobody guesses it, then the space slug gets a point.
Yes.
And so first to 3 points wins. Also, whoever the space slug is has to talk like Java. Deepest voice possible.
Oh wow.
Oh.
Deepest voice possible?
Yes, it's another thing.
Good
All right, so Nick, you have selected to go first. You are Jabba, the space slug, and you have something. Do you have something in your head right now? All right, you guys can guess along with us.
speaks basic.
But I
Does
don't.
that count for a 20?
We probably shouldn't look
Yeah,
at the
right. That's
We might
one
take
question.
One of the chat.
We might not want to take a look at the chat. Though.
We want the chat to be involved, though.
Oh, yeah.
So we want them to talk to
No,
us.
yeah, for sure. They can definitely guess. They might get it before we do.
Oh,
but
are they
I-
supposed to guess too?
yeah, they can guess as well. But
Yes, Hannah.
Do we have to
I think
close
you're
our
right.
eyes and plug our ears and turn around and face the other way and
no.
wear a feather in our hat?
I'm just saying they
Call it
might give
macaroni?
it. They might give it away, and whoever. That's what I'm saying. We might not want to look at the chat right now, but I want the chat to guess, and fact checker's going to let us know if
they got it
guess
right.
If they guess it right,
Well, I don't
before
know
we
what's
do.
in Nick's mind.
The
That's-
inner machinations
that's-
of my mind.
That's a great
are
point.
an
Well,
enigma.
you'll know in the chat, like when we guess it, you'll
Okay.
probably see in the chat
Okay,
that
I
it's already
see.
been guessed.
Okay.
All right, are you guys ready for this?
I got it. All
All right, Nick's got one. Jabba the space slug.
I'm Jabba Baba. I'm Jabba Baba.
All right. So person, place, or thing. All right, let's start. We have 20 questions, so we got to keep track as well.
Yeah.
All of us?
All of us, everybody.
Okay.
Mind.
All
It's
of it in
combined.
that,
Yeah,
and
it's not
is it.
personally. It's
Oh.
So, Dan, do you want to ask a question first? Or do you want me to?
It's any character, anything? It's any
Anything.
noun.
Ask what it is. Yeah, person, place, or thing.
What is it?
It's a yes or no question.
Yeah, yes or no questions.
Is it a person?
No.
Okay. That's one question.
Okay.
Is it a place?
Yes.
Oh. Is it like Clue where you say, I suspect, but then you say, I accuse?
No, you have to
That means
ask.
you're done.
Is it this?
Yes or no question, dude.
Yeah.
What if you guess
Yes
it
or no
wrong?
game.
Are you out?
No, you're not out. You just don't get it.
Does that use one of your questions?
Yes,
You
you,
basically
get
did.
Yes.
sacrificed to the Sarlacc pit.
So is this like the three? Like I would do terrible with a genie because I would have been done. My 3 questions are
You just
gone.
you just asked 3 questions.
Okay, go ahead, Nick.
No. We are asking.
You asked 20 questions in all to see if you
Okay,
can
we've
guess.
asked
Yeah, I
2
know.
This
questions.
is Star Wars nouns,
Yes.
I
right?
already
Star
asked
Wars
you a
now.
question,
Yeah.
so somebody else blow
I
one.
just asked him one. It's
Yeah,
your
you-
turn.
you've
I asked,
only
is
got-
it a place?
Are you supposed to say fact checker?
Can I ask questions?
Oh, sure, but you can't guess what the
thanks.
chat
She's
is
in the
guessing,
room with
though.
us.
You can't ask what the
So far.
I want to know what the
So
chat's saying.
It's a place. Is it?
It feels like he's missing a limb when he can't see the chat.
I get
He's like
my
freaking out.
My anxiety level
Is
goes
it a
up the
planet,
charts.
Nick?
Yes.
Yes.
Oh my god.
All right.
Ooh.
Is it okay? It's a planet. Okay, cool.
That was question number 3.
Is it?
Yeah, Dan's turn.
Is it a hot planet?
No.
Oh well, there you go.
Oh,
See,
there,
that helped
there,
you a lot.
there.
Dustin, that's me.
Dustin's just like, what's happening?
Is it Hoth?
Yes.
Oh,
How many questions? How many
That was
questions?
4 questions.
That was
Wow,
question
nice.
number 5.
I asked.
technically.
I asked
5, yeah,
2.
sorry.
I asked 2.
count.
You asked 2. Fact checker asked 1.
Yep.
So 5
I
questions.
was
7.
keeping track. It was question number 5.
7 questions. Did they get it? Did they get it before we did?
No, the chat wasn't quite sure what was going on. So
When Dan thinks you ask a genie questions instead of wishes.
Man, I wish I had more time to figure out the questions I'm going to ask.
Oh, man.
Okay, you just
I don't know how these
wasted
things
one
work. This is why I don't go anywhere in life.
All right. So Dustin got it. Now Dustin is Jabba.
Oh,
I am
good.
Jabba.
Hannah got it. Hannah definitely got it.
Nice job. Nice job.
I don't know. That was more than 10 seconds.
No, I counted and it was 9 seconds.
No.
Oh
I
my
don't think so.
goodness.
10, 9, 8 seconds.
Yeah.
All right, well, chat, definitely guess along with us. Definitely put your questions out there. Maybe we will take it from. We could actually, you know what? Let's have the chat right there with us.
I think we should.
I'm sorry.
Always.
We'll have the chat right there with us, and if we see a question that we like and we want to ask, we will ask that question. And we'll use the chat as well. How's
We'll
that sound?
use your questions
We'll use your questions
against you.
Send us your questions. All right, against.
Damn.
You've turned them against me.
You can plead the 5th, or you can have your questions used against you.
Or you can ask the genie questions instead of wishes.
You can only ask the genie 3 questions. This sucks.
He's like, yeah, you can only ask me 3 questions.
I wish I
Do you have
knew
any
this ahead of time. Our hand goes back 1 hour.
The genie would just leave. He's like, I am out.
I'm
You're
done.
so dumb.
I'm done.
Thanks, Cunningham family. They're
Thank you.
rooting for
They're
me.
proud of.
Okay.
They're proud of Dustin.
Good job, Dusty. All right, so I gotta think of
deserves
a person, place, thing.
Dustin has 1
in-
point. Am I
in-
supposed to keep track of
Yeah,
this
that's
too?
good. Yep.
Okay, I'm thinking it's gotta be.
Oh, good job. Chat teaming up with Sant. Unheard of. Hashtag game time. Says Hannah.
Game time.
Give me an easy question I can
Okay,
answer, says
you're
Sonya.
thinking
We're
about
trying.
a person, place, or thing, not pooping.
Right?
Not dookuing.
Do you know?
Swing.
But fun fact, do you know that whenever Maul gets sliced in half, he didn't know how to act. So they told him.
No way.
They told him, act like you're taking the biggest dump ever
my
when you get
goodness.
cut in half. And that's the face that he's supposed to
wow.
be making. I'm just saying. So when
That
he
is
gets cut in
true
half, he's like,
story.
"Oh."
Okay,
Doing us.
if you thought of one, is it Maul?
No.
Yeah.
I've not thought of one.
Space toilet.
Nope. All right. I got one. I got it.
Okay,
I got it.
good.
Okay.
I got it.
Is it a person?
No,
Is it a thing?
no.
It's a place.
Is it a place?
That's a waste of a question.
No, it just
That's
gotta
3
double check.
questions. You didn't say it as a. You didn't phrase it as a question.
Okay.
Nick.
All right. You know, just a reminder. I'm gonna say when I said person / alien. Okay. Person / alien.
So it's not a place.
Thing, place, or thing. All right. Just saying.
So is
A
it
person
an
in the
alien?
Star Wars universe.
What?
Is it an alien? He said.
Well, how many questions have you guys done so far?
I
4.
did ask, is it a
place.
place?
No.
Okay.
So he said the alien. That's a 4th question.
Yes.
Is it Greedo?
Yes. No.
Wait.
He said yes.
No. You already asked the question. It's
know.
somebody else's
Oh,
turn.
you can't. So that doesn't
wait.
count.
He can't.
the-
You got to keep going around. Like next. Like
Yeah, no,
Oh,
that,
you gotta
that
go-
would be my question.
But you let it go around.
It did. She asked if it was a
Yeah.
place.
Oh,
and then it was back to me.
I thought it was Dan next. I'm so sorry.
So that's 5 questions. Is it a
No,
bounty
that's the-
hunt?
This is 5 questions.
Is it a bounty hunter?
Yes.
No.
It's not a bounty
Okay,
hunter.
here's a question from the chat. Is it a I can't say.
Sentient being,
Sentient
not
being.
a.
Thank you. Not
Droid.
a droid.
It says Dryad, but
Yes.
I know what you were saying.
Oh, okay.
I'm going to have a droid and I'm going to call it Dryad.
Not a Dryad.
I like that name,
that's
actually.
actually really good.
Dryad the droid.
Oh my goodness.
Sounds
very-
Russian. Why did
It
he go
is-
Russian?
I don't
Because
know.
when you say DR and I in the same word, it sounds Russian.
Dri.
Yeah. So
Three.
next question.
Taiwanawanga.
Did you ask a question?
Well, I asked for the chat.
Yeah.
You didn't.
Which is hers.
Yes, I did.
Well, the chat's not in the room with us.
Ooh, okay. Well, here is it a Twi'lek?
There you go.
No.
What?
How many questions is that? That's only like 4,
That's
right?
7.
Oh.
You have
7
20.
questions.
Is it? Oh,
It-
Nick.
Yeah. Is it a slug?
No.
Oh, dang it.
It's not a bounty hunter. So far, we suck.
Is that a question?
I'm seeing if he answers. I'm just kidding. No.
I went tough.
Is it
I played to win.
a bad guy? Oh, stump.
Thinking.
No.
Stump the stumper.
No.
So it's a good guy alien.
It's not a bad guy alien. He's
Oh,
a.
he's in the middle.
Oh, he's
wavering.
Oh, maybe he's a gray Jenna.
So, yeah, let's see. Okay, so it's a alien.
The
not
chat's
a
guessing.
Bowser, not
It's
a
kind of again.
droid.
I feel like I've misled you again. I don't
Yeah.
want to.
Cheating.
Okay.
It's
a
probably
person-
like midichlorian or something.
No. I'm going to help because
the
I feel like
wills.
I've misled. So person, alien, and by alien that can also mean like
Droid.
creature.
Creature. Yeah, that's
Creature.
They're
what
technically
alien means.
aliens. So I want you to think about that's
I
a
feel
broader
like
term.
You're overthinking this more than we are.
Well, he was trying to go
Deep.
layers
Real
deep into
deep.
the thing.
But who is good but also bad?
Or ambiguous.
Ambiguous because he's just a creature
just a
that gets
creature.
upset sometimes and eats people.
Yeah, what's the
Like
creature?
Bosk.
Bosk.
Like a Trandoshan.
That one up? No, not
was
a boss.
there a question asked? Yes or no question?
You got a question, Nick?
It's not a bounty hunter, Skylark.
No, not a bounty hunter. I thought I heard bounty hunter. No, it's not a bounty hunter. Yep. Oh, alien pet, says Hannah.
Alien pet. Yeah, what's...
I'm guessing. I don't know if I can guess yet.
No, ask a question.
Is it in the original trilogy?
Yes.
Yeah, of course it is. I know exactly what it is. All right, go ahead.
Got my ears.
Oh, okay. So, wait, is it my
It's,
turn?
it's in the original trilogy.
So Sonia's
Yes.
asking, is it a Rancor?
No.
Oh, dang it.
Is it a Minoc?
Yes.
Knew it.
Good job, Nick. That was only like 8 questions, right?
That was 12.
12. Hey. Let's lead you guys with that because I felt like I would have cheated you.
I
if
was
you
going to say
guys wouldn't have
Sarlacc
guessed
pit
it.
too. Good job,
So
Skylark.
I almost went with Sarlacc.
yeah,
Pit.
I read your
yeah.
mind, but
and
then
I almost
didn't.
went with Rancor, but then I was like, what's more ambiguous? I was like, Minoc.
My knock.
All right, so who
your
got-
knock. We
so
all
Nick,
knock.
Nick got
knock.
that. So Nick knock.
All
All right, so I got one. Nick's got one, and now it
it's
is
Dan.
Dan's.
All right, are you ready for this? You'll
We
never
are
guess
so
it.
ready.
Okay.
It's probably a 3-wish thing. Okay, so a person plays a thing in the Star Wars universe.
Good questions though, chat.
Yeah,
Keep it
good
up.
job.
Keep it up.
question.
We need your help.
Um,
Dan's gonna go sequels and totally throw us off.
yeah, I'm good. I got one.
You're good,
Okay.
or are you ambiguous?
You'll never guess. I'm just gonna say no to everything you say until the 21st question.
No, that's called cheating.
Oh,
Not necessarily.
Is it a thing?
No, I mean if we get
is it a thing? Yes.
Oh, gosh.
Can it be more than one?
yes,
Okay, yeah. Okay, so it's
Still a thing.
Is it a
things.
place?
Yes.
Wait, what?
It's a place and a thing.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
is it an asteroid field?
No.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry.
That means you fact checker.
sorry.
You're otherwise known as.
Thanks.
I'm speaking Huttese.
That's right, I forgot.
Yeah.
Is it a moon?
No, that's no moon.
It's a space station.
No.
I didn't ask.
Oh, this is a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
Is it a ship? Could be a ship.
Oh, that's a tough guess.
no.
Oh.
The chat asked, is it Star Wars?
Is it? It's the creator.
Galaxy battles.
So it's not a ship, but he hesitated.
Part of the ship. Part of the.
Prequels.
No.
We're trying to narrow it down. We're just trying to narrow it down. How many questions we at?
I don't know.
17.
That was question 6.
All right, we're at 21, Dan.
Is
You
it
can
in
start
the
answering.
OGs?
What?
OG.
Yeah, it's in the original trilogy.
OT.
Whatever.
It's in the OGs.
All right,
So, it is a place and a thing.
and it's in the original trilogy.
Yeah.
Ooh, the chat's asking,
Is it a spaceship?
It is not a
Oh.
spaceship.
Yeah,
it's not
a
a
spaceship.
spaceship.
is it a Death Star?
It's not a Death Star.
Is it the Mos Eisley Cantina?
No.
Oh, that was a good one.
Dang it.
What is it again? It's a
Thing and
thing and place.
Yeah.
I mean, I think you're on the right train of thought with what you're doing.
It's a train.
Oh, there you go. Because you'll never guess it. But no, I'm just kidding.
Is it a water farm? Or what's it
Moisture,
called? Moisture.
farm.
Moisture evaporator.
Not a water farm.
No, is
I
it?
don't know what that is.
Come on, Dustin.
I'm trying to think.
Oh, Hannah asked, is it a rebel base?
No.
How many questions is that?
This is 11.
Okie dokie.
Do you need a clue?
Is it
No.
No.
multiple places?
No.
Okay.
Okay.
Is it movable?
Yes.
Did anyone actually ask if it was the Death Star?
Yes,
Somebody
we
did, yeah. It's
yeah.
not the Death Star.
Okay, I was like,
I've said no to every.
Like a AT-AT, like one of those things.
No.
Dang it.
ooh.
But did you catch the whatever?
Well, I mean, if I could say hot or cold, I'd say you're getting warmer.
Figured.
But then again,
But it's
maybe you're not.
It's
Because
a place and a thing.
if I lead you into that, then you're going to fall down the
in the
Sarlacc
original
pit of.
trilogy. It's movable.
It's a Sarlacc pit.
Come on, the answer's staring you
Sarlaccs
right
are
in the
not
face.
movable, as
All right,
far as I
That's
know.
true. That's true.
All right. You want me? Is it my turn?
Yeah.
Is it Jabba's sail barge?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh,
Okay.
no way.
Yes,
Nice.
it is
I was-
Java's sail
I was
barge.
gonna say, is it
A speeder?
a sand crawler?
Sand crawler.
Okay.
Yeah. When it's a vehicle, but it's also
It's a
a
big-
place.
yeah.
It's like his portable.
Yeah, true.
It's a place and a thing. And
I was like, how do you classify
Yeah,
Are
I
we
can
a
see it.
place?
yes,
Our hearts. Are places.
this is a soul. I live here.
All right, I gotta leave.
You got to go?
Nice job. Good job, everybody. That was a fun game.
So wait, do I get Nick's points?
Well, we only got 2.
I can't leave under the table.
No, there's a bar.
We got it. Well, Nick, we're going to have a song made, and it's going to be the Nick's
Wait,
leaving
can you
song.
just guess?
Yeah.
Just guess the fact checkers and then go. That's the last one.
What am I picking?
Okay. Okay.
Oh, no.
So Dustin's got 2 points. I've got
Come on,
0.
quickly now. I gotta go to sleep.
Although it took
Oh,
more
okay.
questions to guess mine.
I think I've got it.
Is it Ray?
Oh my! Is it Omega?
Oh, wait. You got to ask if it's a person, place, or thing.
No, we're just going
I'm
straight
not
for the
keeping
kill
track, so
shot.
you guys
Is
keep
it a
track.
person?
Does Dan get 3 wishes?
I wish I had $1 million.
I wish I had a million wishes.
That's
All
not
right, so start over. Dan, you said what? Is it a
Is it a person?
no?
Oh.
Is it a place?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
Wait.
yeah. She says. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
I figured it'd be taught coming from question asking Genie Dan.
How do these?
Yep.
I wish I knew how these wishes worked.
They said rub the lamp, ask 3 questions. No, it was 3 wishes,
man.
Daniel.
Don't say your full name ever again. on the show.
No, it's Saniel. Remember?
Samuel or Danny?
Oh, Danny.
Danny,
Forget the L.
Saniel.
You'll never find my medical records.
Impasta.
what have we asked you so far?
Is it a person?
It's not a person. It's a place.
It's a place.
It's a place.
Place.
Did you ask a question, Dustin?
I have not.
Is it a state of mind?
Are you allowed to answer the chat's questions to help
Sure.
us out as they come in?
Sure, if you want.
Yeah. Okay. I'll just say what the chat's saying. Is it a
Okay.
planet?
No.
Oh.
Okay.
I gotta wait for another one.
What's up, LEB?
We have lost the ability to think.
You said it's a place.
Yeah.
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 But it's not a planet
It's not
though.
a planet. Is it space?
And you can't do what's already been done. Okay. You
No,
can't
I'm
do
not
Java's
doing-
sail barge again.
Is it someone's? Wait, you said what?
Did you say no?
Wait, what'd you say?
Space.
No.
Is
The
it
Final
someone's?
Frontier.
Is it someone's home?
No. No. Well, no.
Is it a state of mind?
Yeah, no.
no.
Somebody
it's
doesn't
not.
choose to live here; they're forced to live there. It's a prison.
Narkina 5.
No.
Well, okay, she doesn't know much about Star Wars. So what has she watched recently? And we can deduce from that.
I lost track of the question, so no.
Oh, that's
I don't
okay.
know. We're at like number 7.
All right. So Hannah says, "Okay, so a town or a city or a base?
Town or a city or a base?
I mean,
Well, no.
no.
Oh, what's that?
Not a town or a city or a base.
Exactly.
Is it a moon?
That's
No.
no.
Is it underwater?
No. Oh, well, no.
I'm so
Wait a minute.
confused.
Is it?
Not yet.
Is it the
I feel like
world?
these questions are so misleading.
Right.
It's
is,
a water
You're
farm.
asking the question.
Is it the world between worlds?
Just
No.
asking.
Oh, I thought it was
Oh,
for
that would've
sure a
been-
water farm.
I would have
Watch it
given her a
knock.
lot of credit if she would have gone World Between
Hashtag
Worlds.
not
That would have been
muted.
super
Wait
good.
for what? What'd I do?
Sorry.
Now you just disappointed me.
Why did they want to mute me? Because I said you don't know much about sports.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Thanks,
let's
Jack.
put
Got
this-
I mean,
my
it's
back.
true.
Let's make
Hey,
this simple for her.
You will like this if you figure it out.
Is it a tauntaun?
No, it's a place.
Place.
I don't know.
Inside
you guys
the
are like,
tauntaun is a place.
It's not a base or a house or a planet or a thing or a.
Is it in a car? Is it in a train?
Yeah, I was gonna say. But it's a place.
Animal,
So
I will not
mineral,
eat them
or
here or there.
vegetable.
Is it?
I will not
it's
eat
a
tauntaun
planet,
anywhere.
It's not a place. It's Is it?
Is it an object?
Is it?
I mean, no. I don't
Why
know
would
what
it be
you
an
mean by
object?
that.
I don't know.
Did anyone guess the Death Star?
No, but no, it's not the.
It's
Death
not a
Star.
base, dude.
Oh, sorry.
Come
Well,
on.
that's like a super
I mean,
weapon as well.
Okay, it's.
Super.
I'll give you a hint.
Okay.
It is.
What are we
Endor.
at? Maybe at like 15
I don't
questions. we
know.
need a
Yeah,
hint.
at least. I mean,
It's-
I'll tell
I
you.
don't
I'll
think
say
we're
you're
at
at least
15
10.
questions, but-
At least 10.
Something like
It's.
that.
Wait, let me double check this.
That's
Oh,
no
gosh. She's got to
moon.
double check it. She doesn't even know.
I do, but I'm
She
going to give
don't.
you a hint. I'm
You
gonna
better
give you a
don't.
hint.
You better don't.
No, it's not
wait,
headquarters.
we didn't. Did they say it's a ship? Nobody.
It's not a base. It's not a ship. It's not a
It's not a ship.
star.
Okay.
It's not a
But KG
planet.
said rebel headquarters.
Yeah, no, I think it's
Rebeldes.
on the Death Star.
Is it the trash compactor?
Yes.
No way.
that was.
Nice.
That was.
Thank you for that hint.
Nice.
That was a
That
really
gave
good
it
one.
away. Dang it. I
That
should've-
definitely did.
It's a place.
Yeah.
It is a place. Is a scene in the
technically-
movie.
There's like three places on the Death Star. Okay, it's the
Right.
hangar
Bay.
it's the
hallway,
The prison,
the prison
cells,
cell,
and the trash, compactor.
or the place where he goes. Boo. I don't know
Those are
what's
the
that called.
power
That's awesome.
cords.
That was the best part of the whole show.
That
right
was
there.
really good.
Power
actually.
engine.
Ben Burt, you
What
hear
was
this,
that?
or who's the
That's
sound
nothing.
design?
Ben Burt. I love that sound, Ben
Yeah,
Burt.
he is.
I just want to get that sound.
Yeah,
There's all this other stuff going on in the.
Give it. I want to see the sound now.
It's when we end our show. That's it fades.
Oh,
It fades
I love
out.
that idea.
That would be good.
That would be super good.
All right, I'm leaving. Bye
Yeah.
All
bye.
right,
time.
say bye, everybody.
Bye,
We're probably gonna wrap up
everybody.
the show here soon too. But
The Cunningham family is taking off
all right,
too.
see you, Cunningham family. Good night. They
Nick's
said
knocking and
specifically
nodding
me.
off.
I feel good.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna
Knocking
mute
and
himself.
nodding
Yeah, he just passes out.
So it was tied technically at 2-2, Nick and Dustin.
Wow.
Toot toot. Oh, we just
Roll
got
the
dookued.
dice. All right, here we go. Jedi, it's Dustin. Barcode, it's Nick.
Barcode Nick.
All right, here we go. Are you ready?
We're ready. This is how we decide everything from now on.
That's right.
my
It's Two-Face. It's Jedi.
Wow.
I'm a Jedi and I'm
Dustin. But don't hurt my book.
I know. I thought about that. I flicked that pretty high.
You did. Oh my goodness.
Save the books.
Yeah.
Save the world.
Bye, everybody.
Chat saying bye, Nick.
Save the dream.
See you, dude.
KG said clip it.
Clip it.
Clip it.
Yeah.
Oh man.
Oh, it's clipped. Consider it clipped.
Consider it clipped.
The Boo Room. What's
Bye,
the
Nick.
Boo Room? I don't know. That was that was probably from Princess Bride.
Or your sound of turning off the.
Oh, that would make more sense.
Yeah, it would make a
I
lot.
think so.
I just saw Boo. and
Yeah,
I
Hannah,
thought
you were
Princess
real.
Bride.
You were right there.
Yeah,
Right
Hannah helped me out a
I
lot.
think we give the chat.
Hi.
Shut the light off.
Oh no.
Okay. What a sassy boy.
You stop it.
Nick has the power when he's
Yeah.
up the stairs.
That's
He's
scary.
died and he's haunting us now.
It's the buffer coming back.
The buffer coming
The
back.
buffer is lighting us up.
All right, well, that was a fun game.
That was a
It
fun
was kind
game,
of
yeah.
reverse of, in some ways, of the headbands game.
other headbands,
Because I
yeah.
know the headbands game gives Dan way too much stress, and I didn't want him to stress you coming on.
Yeah,
so.
I'm just the anxiety levels.
So we changed it around so then we could all be involved and we
was
could look
fun.
at the chat.
I
So,
like
it was
So,
fun.
like, how do you say headbands backwards?
Well, it's technically a Z at the end, so
It's very difficult.
Zab
I don't know actually.
Zabdia?
Znab.
No, Zabdia.
Yeah. It's like May, but day. Yeah. I say
Yeah.
head backwards anyway. Force lightning. Says
Hannah
the
said
Skylark.
she liked that game.
Hannah likes the game.
All
It's
right,
fun.
good.
It's fun
That was
working with
fun.
the chat. It's almost like the chat's like free questions.
Yeah, it's like, can we phone the chat? That's almost what it is. Like, who wants to be a millionaire?
Yeah,
We should do who wants to be a
exactly.
millionaire version.
Ooh, that
And
would be pretty
That's
good.
one of the things you can do.
Phone
is
the chat.
Phone the
oh,
chat.
I like that idea. All right, chat. We're gonna need your help. Yeah, I like that.
We should do who wants to
Or
be
you could do
the next like Holonet star or something like that. Who wants to
Solid. Yeah.
and like make it a whole show.
Because you could do that game on like a
Do it
timer
pre-recorded.
too. You could do a timer. You could be like, you got 1 minute to just
Yeah.
rapid fire
Rapid fire.
questions. And
Yeah.
Those are tough though. It's hard to think of things under pressure.
yeah, no, it's
Under
true.
pressure.
We like games. We like games here.
We like games.
Star
like
Wars
games
likes
here.
games. I don't know. It's just phone a friend. Yes,
It
Hannah.
was. But thank you for your help, Hannah, and everybody. Sounds like they had a good time with
Yeah,
it. That's awesome.
everybody had a good time.
All right. Well, yeah, that was a fun game. We'll probably do that one again soon in the future. But we're going to jump into question time. If we have questions, I don't know if we have many questions.
Yeah, we've got a few.
We got a few questions? All right, let's jump into the questions. I want to talk to the chat. This is the time where we talk to you. We want to hear your questions, and we want to talk to you specifically. You. I love you.
Oh, creepy. All right. So
What are your questions?
Yeah, what are your questions?
Angelina asked if you all were in Star Wars, what species and side would you be?
Oh, like
Side, like good or
dark
bad?
Yeah, dark
Yeah.
side or light
I would
side.
be the good side.
Yeah, right.
Whoa.
Quite British of me. Yeah, I would totally be a British officer.
You'd be stressing out over some console in the background.
I just fixed the Death Star and they blew it up
rewired
again.
You're like, come on.
Yeah, I totally would. No, I'd be a musician in the thing. So what's one of the good musician creatures?
That
What?
should be a hilarious short or something where
Yeah.
like you're rewiring the ship, but it's like you're on the Death Star rewiring something, then it blows up, and you somehow make it back to the next one. You're like, all right, I got it this time, and then you hear like a siren going off. You're like, it blows up.
Oh
again.
my goodness, not again.
It's Dan rewiring the ship. It's just exploding.
Oh, but I have to get into like an escape pod.
Yeah, of
Right,
course. Yeah.
yeah.
You'd have to get out of there, but it's like the same thing.
Oh my goodness, that would be pretty good actually. I would totally do that.
Also,
I
you
can't
need
act,
to
but-
incorporate the scene from Rocket Man.
Yes.
Looks like
Spinning
this.
upside down. Yeah. We should rig that up like
That's an amazing
a
movie.
homemade version, and I'll just put wires around, and
Rocket
I got the big
Man.
Google glasses
That would be
on.
hilarious. Yes.
Yeah, but I would totally be an alien that played in the band, like
Oh yeah.
one of those.
Max
but not-
Rebo?
maybe, yeah,
Maybe
maybe Max, maybe Rebo.
you'd be the. Would you be the lead singer?
No, does he sing?
Yeah, Max Rebo's the one.
Oh, who played the piano thing or the keys or whatever?
Yeah,
Yeah, that guy. No, I would not sing. That's not my style. But I would be the guy just playing in the background. Just the guy playing in the background of the Death Star, the Death Star dining hall. Speaking of dining halls,
members only
members
story.
only
That
story.
would be-
If you're not a member yet, it's literally a candy bar a month, less than a candy bar a month. It's $1.99. And we just released a hilarious before the show recording of what goes on before the show happens. You'll have to become a member to check it out. It is absolutely hilarious. And we have more where that came from. So
Can I give the title of it?
yeah.
So it's called Pre-Show Singing, Donuts, and Bad Auto Captions. Stay on target behind the scenes.
yes. And all of those apply.
The pre-show, it's like when I hit record before we would go live, and like anything goes. It seems like I don't know why, but the conversation is pretty funny, and then the show starts, and we're all like, we have to be smart now.
No, we don't.
Well, I mean,
We
you
try.
try to be
Doesn't
like, well, this is a show, but
The
yeah.
ability to speak does not make one
Make one-
intelligent.
yeah. What would you be, Dustin?
Yeah, it doesn't answer the question.
All right.
If you were all in Star Wars, what species? So I don't know what species that is. I'm sorry,
Yeah, you have to say-
Angelina.
yeah, you said an alien.
I would be some alien species
A
that
wampa?
I would be a wampa that could play
A
guitar.
smart wampa.
Guitar playing wampa.
That would be pretty epic, and nobody would mess with
The
you.
problem is if you had like the hair, like it'd be hard to play because
Yeah,
like your
that's
digits.
true.
You'd have to get a haircut.
Yeah. Nice Hannah Roll says, "White or get your Wookiee cookie." Yep.
Yeah,
See, when you become a
she's
member, you
got
get
it.
Wookiee cookie.
I should become a
Legitness.
member.
I know, me
It's
too.
really fun.
I can't even watch my own videos.
Yeah. What the
I know.
This is weird. I'm like, I feel left out.
when you're editing
And
them.
I edited the video. It's like,
What kind of species would Dan be? I think you'd be a Zabrak because you'd be red.
I would be very red.
Or
Is it pink, though?
There's another one that's red. What other species are red? In
Yeah,
Star
black
Wars?
and red. Yeah, I go for that.
Black and red. That's the way I like it.
But I wouldn't be dark side.
But he'd be
I'd be a
light
light
side.
side Zabrak. Well,
Light side
there was
Zabrak.
that one guy, wasn't it?
Yeah, he was on the council actually. Yeah. I forget his name now. Don't question me. Don't
Max.
ask me.
Is
Max
it,
Rebo. All right, yeah, I like that. That makes sense, right?
Yeah, sure. What about you? What species?
Species. Maybe we should. It'd be almost more fun if others said what you are, because I kind of said what you were. What do you think?
You would be like a Wookiee.
I would probably be a Wookiee.
Yeah, most
Makes
likely.
sense.
Yeah, I'm already basically a Wookiee.
Because he's
at this
funny
point.
too. The Wookiees are funny. You know.
Would I speak English though, or would I have to speak?
I don't
Well,
know.
you could speak
Shriwook.
English.
Are there any Wookiees that speak English?
Yes, there are.
Is
Actually,
that what's going to happen in the
Legends.
Acolyte?
And technically,
Good.
that'll be interesting. I don't know. That was an interesting thing. They're throwing nuggets at you that get you interested.
Yeah, exactly.
But it's
The
annoying
Wookiee.
at the same time. But and the target says Miss Manrique. Yes, I like
Bring the target.
Boom, boom. They are always on target. I don't know why I said boom, boom. Don't worry
Sorry.
about it. No,
Boom,
but
boom.
yeah, I'd probably be a Wookiee. And technically in Legends, there is a Wookiee that speaks English, but technically he is considered to have a speech impediment because Leia says to him, trilogy, obviously, it's amazing. Does every other Wookiee have a speech impediment? And that's why we've never been able to understand them. And the I forget the guy's name, the actual Wookiee's name, but he says, no, actually, everybody else speaks perfect Shriwook. That's the language. And I'm the one with the speech impediment, but it enables me to speak English. So it's but he can also still speak Wookiee.
Yeah.
So anyway, I would like to speak English at least, but be a Wookiee because I think a Wookiee would be pretty
Speak
amazing.
basic.
Basic. Oh, nice. Yeah, you got me. Absolutely.
Okay.
I'm pretty basic.
But I would be light side as well. I would like to be
Yeah.
a Jedi.
Yeah,
or
that
use
makes-
the Force, somebody that could protect people. And I like the question. Miss Manrique also asked in the chat, if you were in Star Wars, how would you protect your kids? Actually, I think that's how she's. Can you scroll up
Yeah.
a little bit there? A little bit more.
How would you keep your kids
Yeah.
safe in the world of Star
Yeah,
Wars?
there we go. Sorry, I didn't want to misquote. That's challenging. I mean, when you look at Star Wars, it's literally just battles and battles.
It's violent. It's a violent world out there in the Star Wars world.
If I was being realistic, I'd probably go like Outer Rim, somewhere really far away from all the wars as much as I could. But, that doesn't always work. Sometimes those Outer Rim planets get taken over by pirates
Bad
and
people.
stuff like that. Yeah, so I'd probably, again, be a Jedi and keep them as close as I can if they allow Jedi at that whatever time frame to have kids. I'd be a Jedi and I'd protect them that way. And hopefully I'd train them also in the Force as young as I could
Yeah,
so
yeah,
that
that
they
makes
would
sense.
be able to defend themselves and be wise and do what's right. But the tricky thing about that is the dark side's always calling, but it's not real life though. That's why Star Wars speaks to us all, because you can always choose to do good or bad. It's your choice. But we choose to do good. All right, so that's my answer.
I
What
would
about you?
also
Oh, yeah,
bring
go
a droid along.
And you'd name it
Smart.
Drioid.
Droid, and he would be a defense droid.
Defense.
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying?
that's smart. Like,
Yeah.
like IG-11
yeah,
Oh,
yep,
wow.
yep.
Or
something
Yeah,
that could
the
take
baby
care of the
yeah.
children, but also defend my children.
One
and was
Hondo.
like smart, but then also had
Smart.
But then I would have a pram like that was basically in
yeah.
you
On the
couldn't
droid.
on the droid.
Yeah, I
Yes.
like that.
That, but you put the little kids in or bigger kids, and then like it basically they're impenetrable.
Did you see Skylark?
No,
Said live on a water farm.
live on a water farm. That's the safest way to live. They're
Here's
much
what-
safer than moisture farms. If you know how to swim, that
Who
is.
said what?
I said water farm.
You said water farm?
What about the water farm?
What about the water farms, guys?
Well, people have problems with the other word. So
How was it water?
what?
Whenever, okay, going back to your How? Oh, I get it. Okay, never mind. I had to think there. When we were guessing your
okay.
20 questions, you said something about water, and I was
Well,
like,
because
"What?
there was liquid
it
in the
underwater?
trash.
You're right.
Yeah,
though.
it
No,
was-
you're right. There was liquid
And
in
there
there.
was the creature living in there
under
too.
the water.
So
Yeah.
a
No,
little bit.
that's fine. No,
but-
you were right. That I was like, how in the?
I
And then
know
I
I
actually
was
thought
right.
about it, and I was like, no, you're right. Like I
glad-
call it when you're good.
Okay,
When
good.
You're good.
I'm glad you caught up to me. 20
Sorry,
minutes
I don't know.
later.
I just started thinking I was like going to call you out, and then I realized, no, I'm the dummy.
No.
I'm the Dumbo.
Oh my goodness. But yeah, Miss Manrique, what would you do?
Yeah,
Would
let us know in
you-
the chat, everybody.
How would you protect your
How would you protect your
kiddos?
kids? And what would you be? What would you be? Would you be an alien? Would you be human? Would you be light side? Would you be dark side? Would you be a bounty hunter?
I did ask Angelina back her question, and
Yeah.
she said she would be human
Yeah.
and light side,
Oh, nice.
which is kind of what I was thinking too. I don't want
Yeah.
to be an alien. I want to be.
Interesting.
Because the thing with being an alien is you don't know what caveats come with that. like,
My son by keeping him in my starship that I would live in. He's a cat, so it seems easy, and he's scared of everything, but is well trained.
nice.
Nice,
Yeah.
yeah. Got to protect him.
You got
That sounds like a good plan to me.
Yeah.
I love the idea. Like even in real life, for some reason, I know it's probably going to sound dumb to a lot of people.
Really?
But I love like the Millennium Falcon for the fact that it's a mobile home. Sounds weird, but you can go anywhere. But you're always at your home whenever you go places. And like for some reason, I want to do that with my family. Sometimes it's like go on adventures with my family. So I think a ship would be a really cool thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that you could
definitely.
live on, but you could also experience a lot of things. You could get out of there if things get crazy or whatever. You'd
Kind of
have
like
that really fast
Omega.
ship.
Sorry. Someone at
Why did you
KG
have to do
said
that?
until they make decisions for themselves, like Omega.
Oh my goodness.
It's all about how you raise them.
It is. It really
We wouldn't
is.
raise Omega like that.
No.
But yeah, good question.
Yeah. What's the next question?
Let's see. Okay, so Sonia is asking.
The ghost. Yeah. Sorry. I just saw Hannah say that's why I like the ghost. Yeah. The ghost
Yeah.
is actually, if I were to pick a ship like that, I love the Millennium Falcon, don't get me wrong, but I would pick the Ghost because I feel like the Ghost is a superior layout, more space, more capacity to hold stuff. Plus, you have a working escape pod or second ship, and it's just almost just as fast. I don't know if it's as fast as the Millennium Falcon, but it's super fast. It's got more guns. It looks like a B-2 bomber. It's pretty awesome. So I completely agree with you, Hannah, on that. I love the Ghost. Sorry.
Yeah, me too.
Continue.
I like the mobile home idea too.
Yeah,
in
that's-
Star Wars.
Yeah. Not in real life.
I mean, it'd be fun to travel and have a gigantic.
Like in real life, I want like an actual home that I can always come home to.
Oh, really?
But I would like, it would be fun to go away for a little while, experience, you know,
The
some new
world. Like,
adventures.
don't you want to just go
Different cultures.
circumnavigate the world and
Maybe not that.
oh,
Maybe
on a sailboat?
no, but no, like take a like a
Catamaran.
van that you could live in type. That sounds weird. I don't mean like a weirdo
You
van.
don't be a
but
creepy.
no,
van.
but like you save a lot
Yeah.
of money that way. You have everything right there.
A lot of people
camp.
did that during the post-apocalyptic era.
Yeah, you're right. Right.
But-
But you can always come home. That's what I'm saying. Like so you
Ooh.
still have a home, but
Nice.
A little controversy brewing. Ghost greater than the Falcon?
ooh, that's
You're getting into some tricky waters there. It's sounding like a water farm.
sounding like a water farm.
Speaking of water, Miss Manrique is giving her son a bath.
Always bubbles.
Got to have those bubbles.
Gotta have those bubbles on target.
There's another. Is there another question up there?
Well, yes, but we've gotten off topic. So
Yeah,
is
sorry.
the ghost greater than the Falcon?
No.
Answer that. The Falcon
Wow.
is still better.
I think the Falcon is still the best, but the Ghost is a nice second. Like if Dustin had the
Really?
Falcon,
More than Mando's ship.
then more than Mando. I mean, that's a pretty cool ship too, but it doesn't exist anymore.
Well, I can.
But pre that era, the Falcon will live forever. That bucket of bolts, and the Ghost might as well.
Get
There
your
you
stay on target merch.
Shall we?
Forgot to plug
There
that.
we go. Yeah, nice. See, that was totally Dan. Dan dented the table.
Oh yeah, Dan broke everything.
I broke everything.
All right, good side quest.
Yeah, I think you can't go wrong.
No,
with the
you
Millennium
cannot
Falcon.
go wrong.
But reliability wise and everything else, though, honestly, in real life, I'd probably go with the Ghost. That's controversial.
Whoa.
That's
Get outta
controversial.
here.
No, I'm just saying though, it always jumps to light speed. It always does everything
That's
it's supposed to
true.
do.
Well,
And
it
if
has
you
a
don't
leg
have
up.
the Force luck that Han Solo has, it might not turn out so well for you. I don't know.
So you're on Hannah's side. She said, I got fighting words.
But
Yeah.
I think, the genius of the Falcon is it just blends in. Like nobody thinks that thing can do anything.
Right.
And it's a circle.
The Ghost is tagged. I mean, they're like that is the rebel ship every time it shows up.
Not always, but
Oh, always. Yep. Razor Crest seemed to just have massive cargo area. Falcon had it all. Hannah, I still think Hera is the best pilot. I would not disagree with you on that.
I will say this though, we did actually see a refresher on the
The
Razor Crest. We did not see that on any other.
Right.
I
You're-
don't like maybe Rebels, but
You're just not allowed to go, Dustin, ever.
when you're a Wookiee, you don't have to.
That's right. You don't see them eating very much either. I feel like the food in Star Wars leaves a little to be desired, except for on Pabu.
Yeah. Pabu?
I never want to go to Pabu.
Oof. I don't know. It might be Pabu. I feel like in real life would be.
Seems like
I
a
wouldn't
good
mind
place to
seeing
go
Fat
for
Mace.
festivals. Like go there to party.
Just think of the bugs. You're always at the beach. There's just like bugs flying everywhere.
What?
No, it looked nice.
Did it look nice?
I think.
Yeah.
I mean, if like in real life, Pabu, I think would be a choice destination.
It's always sunset.
That's not. Is that bad?
I don't know.
Well, no, because there was a hill. So
Look.
one side has sunrise, the other has sunset.
Where would you rather go? The Death Star? I mean, like, let's look at her choices here.
Clean, yes. Darkness of
I think
space.
we can also say, would you prefer Naboo?
I like Tatooine.
Oh my goodness!
I like the twin
water
sun.
You just said
farms.
the beach.
Yeah.
It's like
definitely want the
I'm
water
here
farms,
for the
yeah.
water farm.
I'm here. I want to see where
We're gonna
Uncle
go
Owen
on
used
the
to live.
We're gonna go on the water farm tour, guys. Get ready to have your minds
gonna
blown.
be great.
We might find a genie and ask him some questions instead
my
of wishes.
All right, getting back on target. Miss
Yeah,
Manrique
sorry.
was answering her own question because we
Yeah.
asked it back. She said, I'd probably join the Empire as a farm owner providing food. Maybe I'd be convinced to join the rebellion later on, but practicality-wise, I'd form ranks.
There you go.
Nice.
Yeah,
Okay.
nice.
She's got it thought out.
Yeah, she really does.
She's really got it. All the time.
Well, in our
Ever.
I will say in our fan film, I was a Jedi. We were going to have a kid, which maybe we'll continue that story one day. But my wife was a Mandalorian, so I think we got our bases covered pretty well. That's what I'm saying. Jedi
This kid's
kids,
gonna be gifted.
Jedi Mandalorian kids. Are you kidding me? That's like probably the best fighters in all the galaxy.
Can't touch them. Can't touch them.
Do-do.
Just imagine the athletic
Doo-doo.
ability.
Just imagine.
Just like highlight reels every day. Just go throw a football. They're like, boom, force control.
I just threw that to the Death Star, baby. Anakin likes sand.
Yeah, I know. Just questioning.
I'm just saying.
Dan loves
And KG
sand.
was like, "What? That's what I love about the beach, bug free." So I don't
Yeah.
know what beach you're going to.
Well,
Dave.
no, and so where we live on Hoth, there are certain
There's
times
certain
of the year
times of the year
you
where
do
there's
not want to
bugs.
go to the
Well,
beach where we're at
during
because
the
there
summer, though, there's no bugs.
are.
It's
We don't
just
live
during the
ne-
spring.
You broke him.
So he's buffering.
Dan just buffered.
Buffer zone.
Buffer Dan.
I have to think about it. I have to
Okay.
think
Well,
about
while
it.
you think about it, let me ask this other question that's been posted for a minute.
Okay, yeah, sorry, go ahead.
From
go.
Sonia asking, if you guys go camping, which Star Wars character would you go camping with? And while you think about that, Miss Manrique answered it. She'd go camping with Luke. He seems like a Boy Scout who'd naively sing summer camp songs and get dared to approach a bear.
That would be pretty good.
Great choice.
I love it.
That's great.
Boy,
Would he get mauled though?
No. Obi-Wan would get mauled.
No, Maul would get mauled.
Darth mauled. That's right.
Oh, man.
I have a good grief. That'd be fun. I
have a good grief.
camping with.
I have a good grief.
I have a grief.
Sorry, go ahead, Dan. Why did
Like
you
if,
do that?
I thought it was for real because I
You
totally
guys-
glitched.
You
with it.
both did.
I thought it froze for real. Yeah. Well, I was just waiting for Dan. I was like, it sounded like he was really going to say something.
No, that never
That
happens.
doesn't happen.
Yeah, no, it's something. I go camping. I don't like camping, but
Go in an RV or camper.
You didn't have to say that.
but I'm just saying, if I
You're
were
keeping
to
it
go
real.
camping
Keeping
because
it
I
one
don't
hondo
want to
here.
go, I would have to go for a real reason that would make me want to go because it would be worth the
All right,
experience.
it's you and the band. Max
Me and the
Rebo
band.
going camping, or you're playing a gig at like a campsite,
Do we have electricity?
and everything's paid.
Yes.
You have
Okay,
electricity. It's glamping. You're glamping. Dan.
Absolutely.
Dan's a glamper.
I got to rewire the glamp site.
explodes.
Yeah,
I don't know.
With the band, I mean that'd be pretty cool actually. Maybe Darth Vader.
You-
No, just to you're just camping. Like he's not want to kill you. He's just like you're just roasting marshmallows, having a good conversation, playing some
Roasting
guitar.
marshmallows.
Having a good conversation with Darth Vader.
I don't know. I mean,
So
Why not Kaden or
the guy
one of your friends?
The guy that's like, I'm gonna kill Obi-Wan. It's like, you heard any good stories lately? He's like, the dark side.
I mean,
Impressive. Most
we
impressive.
could talk about how that's how he's gonna end.
I will kill you. Pray I do not. He's like, dude, you just took the. Dan's like, you just took the last s'more, dude. And then Vader's like,
Chokes me out.
Vader's like, pray I do not take any more things.
No, I mean I think it'd be fun to actually go camping with little guy.
Baby Babs Yoder?
Yoda?
No, not that little. Younger, like rebels.
Ezra?
Yeah, not
Ezra.
not like. Yeah, Ezra, because he's cool. I just feel like he can do a lot of stuff. You know.
Yeah.
So it's either Vader,
I was like, you're really
like nice Vader, like in my
took
world,
a swing.
or
Nice
Ezra.
Vader. Okay, so is this like
Pondering Vader. Like he's really like,
like good side Vader, or is he
No,
like,
he's definitely Vader. Like have a conversation with him
That'd be
like
interesting.
about the choices he's made along the way?
about where he's going in his life right now.
Dan's trying to. You want to turn him back to
Yeah,
the.
No, I don't. I just want to
Dan's like, who are you gonna
have
kill
a
next?
conversation with him. Like that would be interesting
I mean, yeah.
to have that
This
conversation.
isn't an interview though. This is like a camping. Like
Oh.
you got to like camp with the dude for a couple days.
I don't know what you do when you go camping. I mean, you go roast marshmallows and then that's it, right?
You are such a city boy. Like what?
I don't go camping. I
We
mean,
went camping as kids. It was a blast.
Yeah. Dan, you look back.
What the crap?
I did. It was fine. It was fine. There's spiders everywhere.
What
And
is happening?
What?
Wow.
You didn't care. You were too excited
Dan
to jump
needs-
into the lake.
Dan prefers the concrete jungle.
it's fine. I'm absolutely no. I'm absolutely concrete jungle. But don't take me. Don't. I'm just saying. I just want to have a conversation with
taking
Vader
you.
at a campfire.
I know who I'm not picking.
Who would you? Did you already say?
No, because I was still stuck on your Vader. Taking Vader.
Yeah, Bismo said Beach Vader.
Beach Vader. Yeah.
Beach Vader.
Hey Vader, you want to go to the beach? I hate sand.
How about Tatooine then?
Maybe he wouldn't bug you. He might not be able to do much.
True.
He's got the glow sticks. He's like, can you turn on a light, Vader?
Dude, that's better.
What?
That was actually fun when we camped on the beach.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
That's what I was talking about.
Oh, but that's not okay. That's different. That's pretty fun, actually.
How is that different? You just said you don't want to go to the beach. Hey,
It's got a lot of bugs.
what do you think I was talking about when we? You're like a walking contradiction. Oh, it's hilarious.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
But for me,
You just answer the question.
I'm going to answer the questions. Actually, I think he would be a really fun, safe camper to go with would be Chewy. Because he's already like one with nature in some ways because coming from Kashyyyk. Conversation might be a little lacking. Maybe if I could understand him, I'll throw that caveat.
Yeah.
Because I think he'd be fun to talk to. He'd have a wealth of knowledge because he's actually pretty old. So he'd be interesting. Plus, I would feel very safe with him. Like if a bear came out of the woods and was about to attack us, I'm pretty sure the Wookiees win in that fight. So that's my, and I just feel like he'd be fun. He'd be a fun guy, and I'd learn a lot from him, and we could go out in the woods together, and I'd feel safe and have a good time. So,
So it sounds like
hugged you.
sounds like most of the time when
and
you
he
go
would give the best hugs. I bet he would give.
You're really afraid though, because you said about 4 times how much she's going
I'm
to protect you.
terrified. I am absolutely terrified.
Is it the beach bugs?
It's the beach. I don't want the beach. That's the thing he protects.
Beach bugs
me
gonna
from.
carry
They
you away.
attack him and not me.
Beach bugs.
Beach bugs.
Yeah. No, Chewy would be a fun person to take.
I don't know why, but I always think of a lot of they call me Safety Dustin in a lot of ways because I'm always thinking about safety.
Yeah.
So I think of that first, but not really. I mean, we're gonna have adventures together. We're gonna go cliff diving.
Nice.
That's not
off
very
rocks.
safe.
We're gonna jump off rocks into the water. That's gonna be fun, dude. We might climb some trees. I'd be
Yeah.
on his back.
Aw,
Be
Yeah,
hugging him.
fun.
Take me up there.
that's true.
Speaking of trees, Skylark said I would totally go camping with the Ewoks and hang out in their tree houses.
Yeah,
There you go.
That's a
the way
good
to.
one.
Then you can avoid all the bugs.
Yeah.
Just be careful
Maybe.
though, okay? Because make sure you're on their side and they're not
that's
hungry.
true.
Skylark will win them over. For sure.
Yeah,
That's true,
That's
yeah.
true. You're right. If they're hungry, then
Yeah.
or you make them
There's a-
mad, or you
there's a-
break some rule.
There's a dark side. Yeah, exactly.
Them Ewoks,
Yeah.
they didn't get those helmets from the gift shop.
Well, and they also were carrying Han and Luke and all of them.
To
And they're
save
Didn't
putting
somebody-
them over
Yeah,
or
right.
something.
Yeah, that's very true.
So,
What a good question.
but the great. What did you say, fact checker?
Yeah, fact checker didn't go camping.
well, because I said his name, I think it'd be interesting to go with.
What?
I don't know. Well, okay, two. Can I say 2 people?
Okay.
Sure.
Queel,
I have spoken.
very wise.
I don't know about the conversations though.
That'd be interesting.
The I have spoken part would probably get old after a while.
And then Mando, because he would
He's like,
build a good
Mando,
campfire.
yeah.
That's a you want to go with
Well,
Mando because
I
he's
mean,
handsome.
Why not? Why not?
That's probably a good
You have
choice.
2 views.
But Queel, I feel like might get kind of annoying though because you're like let's go do something fun, and then Queel's like I don't want to do that. I have spoken. Done. You know?
Yeah.
Well,
Like,
but he
you
would
don't-
be building a really cool campsite out of
That's
nothing.
true. He would be.
So,
That's true.
Or out of miscellaneous parts. So
All right, but if you had to pick one, which was the question?
Mando.
You'd pick Mando.
Because he'll protect and he'll
Yeah.
build a campfire.
And go on adventures.
And he could tell some good stories.
He could.
I don't know. He's not much
And
of a
he's safe.
conversationalist though, but
Enough. With
Maybe.
the right person.
You know,
he
he
can
might
do a
relax
good
out
poem.
there, yeah.
He can do a good poem.
good poem.
Well, right when he was talking to Bo.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Mm-hmm.
He was pretty romantic there.
That's kind of definitely not.
Great answer, factor. No shirtless Kylo.
Oh, that's
swole Kylo.
so awkward.
Can you come back later?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that was so.
That was
Ben
really funny.
Swallow. That's
Just
what it was.
got done working out.
Yeah, Ben
Yeah.
Swallow. You caught me at the
Oh, my
wrong
goodness.
time.
I don't know. I feel like you could have some pretty good conversations with Vader. Like if people didn't want to kill you, you know.
Dan is Kylo going on an adventure with his grandfather.
Grandpa. There you go. That's fine. That would be an interesting conversation
Dan,
if you could have that conversation.
Okay. Well, that's quite
Business's
interesting.
fact checker knows what she's doing.
What's she doing?
What you doing?
Yeah, Kylo might get mad and torch the campsite when his marshmallow gets burnt.
Exactly.
Just like cuts a hole, like holes in all the tents. You're like, come on, man.
Wait, wasn't that what Luke and Vader were doing at the end of Return of the Jedi? Weren't they camping? The very, very end.
Well,
They were on the
that's
on
dark,
Endor.
but yeah, they were with the Ewoks.
Yeah, no.
Well, yes, Luke did build a really good fire.
But then who found the helmet? Did they ever tell how he got the helmet back?
Yeah,
Kylo?
there's
It was that fan
probably
film.
some book or something.
It was like a
dumb.
relic, right? Yeah.
Yeah, dumb.
I just feel like
They couldn't even explain that well. They sucked.
I mean, are those things like a dime a dozen, or does he got his own custom fit, like Vader or that
I'm
face
sure.
mask or something? You know what I
Custom.
mean?
Who? Wait, what are you talking about?
The Vader
that guy.
helmet.
Yeah, no, that's the legit Vader helmet that he got from Endor.
Yeah.
Because
Okay.
it was all burned and mangled and stuff like that
Okay.
from the funeral pyre. Yeah, it was.
That's why Dan wants to go.
That's why. So you're taking Vader just so you can watch him burn.
If the conversation turns south, I'm sorry, I shouldn't be here. I'll be gone next week.
You or Vader?
No. The conversation would be great. It just, I don't know.
I
mean,
mean, James
listening-
Earl Jones.
that's what I was
voice.
gonna
I mean,
say,
just have him
yeah.
read you a book, dude.
Oh man, you'd
Yeah.
be out.
Tell
like
me a
this.
story, James.
yeah, that'd be fun.
And all the Wookiees die.
Don't worry about it, Bismo. Don't worry about it. Weird thing is that Anakin would show up as a Force ghost to his own cremation. He did show up as a Force ghost to his own
and that
cremation.
would be more conversation, and even maybe
How come I didn't think about that until this moment?
Yeah. Don't worry. Let's.
Wow.
Maybe it's better if
Do
you
have
don't,
a
Dan.
few other questions?
Oh, you do have more
Oh, we
questions?
do? Okay, yeah. I thought we
was
were
stuck
wrapping
on
this up.
glamping.
Oh well, you guys just kept going off
All right,
on
no.
Vader.
Oh, finish it up. What are you saying?
Okay, so what am I saying?
I mean, what are the
Thank you.
questions? What are we saying?
Okay, here's a quick one. Ellie said, "Do you think you could take a bear in a fight?" No. I'd lay down and die.
Well, I mean, there's a few caveats to this.
No, just keep it simple.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like, straight, like, fist fight with a bear, like, you have no weapons?
Yes.
Oh, well, then no, you're done.
Okay.
Unless you play dead and they leave you alone.
Oh, Pismo.
But,
I wouldn't want to take on a bear cub, much less a real
yeah,
bear.
I know. Scary.
bear cub.
Those things are.
Pismo asked
wood.
what kind of bear.
Yeah, see, there's a lot of...
All
Because it could be a
kinds-
koala bear.
No, I don't care.
I
I
still
could take a
wouldn't trust
koala
them.
bear.
Aw, that'd be mean.
Dustin's
I'm
like,
just-
I could take a koala bear. Come on, you and me, anytime.
It's just a point.
I know. That's what I said.
If it was a fight...
Or a teddy bear. Okay,
Yeah.
you can take a teddy bear.
Thanks.
Rip
Thanks,
the
fact
stuffing
checker.
out of them.
Wow.
Do Ewoks count as a bear?
Oh, my goodness.
Aw, don't hurt them.
I didn't say I hurt them.
I said I could take him.
I could take them. Nobody taking on to bears this season. If you know, you know. Yeah, that's true, Bismo.
yeah.
They're horrible.
Oh my goodness. Okay. Fun
Bear cub
question.
means mama is near. Exactly.
Yeah, you don't want to.
I don't even want to think about it. So no, thank you, Ellie. That's a good question, and we would not.
We would lose.
We would rather
Colorado.
just view them from far, 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 far away.
Have you seen The Revenant?
Uh huh.
Definitely not.
don't.
And you were near a bunch of
Not for
bears.
kids.
Yeah, I've been near a mama bear and the
mamba.
cubs, and whilst they were in the tree, and we were walking near/under the tree, and I was never felt like it was more in a real Jurassic Park scene than that moment in my
Yeah.
entire life.
That would be very scary.
I'm like, I think the guy near me, who's like the camp security guy or whatever, has some bear spray, but.
Park ranger.
Yeah, but that just means that he's not going to go to the mom's not going to go for him. He's going for all the rest of us.
Yeah. And you'll be choking as you get eaten.
Yeah, exactly. And then Vader's like, I didn't say leave. No, I'm like, how fast can I run? That's what I was thinking. I'm like, man, I'm out of shape. I got to work out.
Dude, I completely agree with you, Biz. Ewoks aren't so friendly as they appear. One Hondo, dude. If you ever played that game where it's like Ewoks at night and you're the it's terrifying.
Is it terrifying?
Terrifying.
Okay, final question.
Last question.
Final question.
All right.
Finish him.
Hannah has two parts.
wow.
Where's the next fan
Winston.
film? Sorry.
Oh,
Where's the next fan film? Or when? Where? When? Hey, do you want to answer that part first?
You know what? Where's the next fan film?
Where?
and what's the part B to the question?
Well, I figured I'd give you one at a time because.
No, if we know the whole question, then maybe we can sum up.
Okay.
Can we sum up? There's too much.
She
Let
said,
me sum
I'm
up.
joking mostly. Anyway, real question. If y'all were in a clone force, which would it be? 501st, 212, Coruscant Guard, etc.
Well, I don't know if I'd want to be in the 501st just for what happens with the 501st as far as like, killing Jedi and younglings and stuff like that. I don't think I'd necessarily want to be a part of that. So maybe one of the other troops that doesn't do horrible things.
Yeah.
I'm not sure which that would be. But I mean, the 501st does have an epic, like, that just sounds awesome.
Who's the one that went with Ahsoka? Was that part of the 501st? I always forget.
Oh, it's Rex.
That was a cool. That'd be a cool group to be a part
no,
of.
actually,
That's the 501st.
well, do you remember what happens to him?
No. Yeah, I do. But
I don't know
cool
if you
before then.
I was like, I don't know if you want to go with that group, Dan. I don't want to spoil anything.
But they look
doesn't
cool.
end well. Yeah, they do. They had some of the coolest helmets and stuff like
I
that.
thought so.
agree.
Yeah.
I'd want to be actually a part of like one of those pilots. Some of the pilots look awesome, like clone. And there was one that was like had green and maybe like a forest one.
Yeah.
And I'd be with the Wookiees.
The Wookiees, yeah.
No, I don't know. That'd be pretty cool. But if I was working with the Wookiees, not against them.
Yeah. Well, Hannah says I'd be 501st, ignoring Order 66.
Nice.
So.
Yeah.
Clever,
Bismo said
clever.
probably Bad Batch. Pretty good odds, no. That's a good one.
That's true. That's a good point. One hondo.
Which one of the Bad Batch, Bismo?
Now, which one of the Bad Batch would
of
you
the
wanna
Bad
be?
Batch?
Oh.
I wanna know.
You have to pick.
As far as the fan film goes, you know,
She said when.
She did correct it. Yeah, when. She's
when
tired,
is
so
the wait, as in when are we gonna release?
when's the next fan film?
Okay.
When it gets made.
That is a great question, and we'll have to get back to you on that. We would like to make more.
Okay.
We have to hit 100,000 subscribers before we can do that.
Wow. It is a thought.
I'm just
So,
joking.
right?
No, I have ideas, although.
The budget isn't there yet.
Yeah, that's part of it. The budget and
17
time.
mil.
The time.
You know, if this was our full time gig, I would be saying we're gonna have it made in like a couple months. But since this isn't our full time gig right now, hopefully in the future, then probably gonna be some time because it's a lot. If you've never made one, there's a lot of time and effort that goes into making them. I'd love to do it. We'd love to do it. There's just a lot of things that we have to do as well. So
So she's saying if you need a director, but she's saying, kidding, take your time.
Okay.
Take your time. But
Thank you.
she's-
No.
She's encouraging it.
yeah, I mean, if that's something you guys really want to see, then let us know and help support the channel as much as you can. Share it with everybody else and our fan films that we have made. And I also have another story in mind. We might go that route first and then revisit. That's an idea.
We got to do it before we get too old.
I know.
We're like the grandpas in the show.
Yeah,
and our
you're right.
grandkids.
We
are
kind of
like,
almost are.
Hi, Grandpa.
Hi, Grandpa.
Remember back in the day when you guys fought each other?
Yes, son. Or grandson.
Grandfather.
Bismu's question.
When will you take casting, says Bismo.
Ooh, see, that's another thing. There's now that
I know.
everything's expanded.
We know people.
It's
gonna be
definitely
good.
some more logistics are going to be needed,
Which would be fun.
which
Very
would be fun.
That's why we appreciate all the hard work that these fan film people have
Right.
put in, because we understand a small percentage of how difficult that is.
With just 4 or 5 of us.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you listen to a lot of these other fan films and even the budgets, and they're professional. Like
Yeah.
most of these fan films we've been reviewing lately, they are professional filmmakers, or they have at least thousands of dollars in budget. Whereas I kid you not, our first fan films that we made, I don't think we spent over $1,000 on.
No, definitely not anywhere close.
The only thing is if you include the
equipment.
camera and stuff
That's
like
true.
The
that.
third one you did, you probably spent.
Oh yeah, we probably did
A
spend
little
over
more.
a little bit more than $1,000. But I mean, $1,000 for a fan film that's okay, decent quality. I'd say decent for us. Again, is very difficult to make.
Well, it was really made just for the fight sequence. It's
Yeah,
they're
not really
partially,
yeah,
but
they're not
We always
story
wanted more though. Well, no, but we
Yeah.
wanted more story,
We did, and
that's
we
why-
added that to the third one.
That's why you can go, into a new direction or continue with that. But it's all about scope. Like, is it going to lean into the story?
Right,
We're
right.
going to have clouds. I'm going to see raindrops. I know what I want to see
That's
and hear.
that's like your number one thing. You just want to see raindrops.
No, I want to
Dan's
build
like
the
this
world.
is the
Yeah.
world.
I want to take a little bit more time building the
Yeah,
world that
right,
we're in, so
right.
that it feels like they're there with us. Like I still kind of did at the beginning of the one, with the trees and blah blah. But
Well, and that's why, we're very
like the very first one, it looks at the grass and he steps and
Yeah.
he,
we were
runs.
very particular about. We wanted you to feel like you were in Star Wars, and for not having a budget, that's very difficult to do, and shooting on location with weather and everything like that. But we'd like to, if we had a bigger budget, I'd like to think that we could really accomplish a lot more and maybe do some more bold takes.
But if you give yourself a deadline like Christmas 2025, like Mrs. Manrique said.
Yeah, well, she said, now I'm going to create an interesting, easy fan film in my head so that we can have a short film by Christmas 2025. And
Yeah.
even though I'll probably never share it, my brain will just naturally go into overdrive.
hey,
So,
yeah.
Rise of the Fan.
Rise of the Fan.
But the
Yeah,
ch-
for sure. We have been really enjoying that. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, the chat's really cheering us on. And,
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
you know,
And
thinking we can do it. Carla says, I would love to see another fan film from you. Go, go, go. Stay on target.
Well, we've definitely got quite a creative team here in the chat that could help us
Yeah.
out.
Oh, yeah,
Oh,
for sure.
That's kind of
So much
I would
exciting.
love
talent.
that. Yeah.
I mean, that would be talent on target explosion.
Yeah,
It
it
would.
would be. It would be the ultimate talent on target with everybody involved. Oh yeah, no, I'd want to like hire special effects artists and
Honestly, if
voice people and
yeah, that's the thing. Like I
I
In
mean,
some ways, I'd wanna
go
throw-
beyond what I can do and what we
Right.
can do, and
I'd
really
want to hire people. I'd want to hire people to
Right.
help and to
Yeah.
make it the absolute best it
Well,
could
yeah.
possibly be.
Did you see what Skylark said? It would be awesome to see a collaboration with Archangel Epics and other fan filmmakers. We've got
Yeah.
Hannah Bismo.
Hannah
and
Bismo.
So many talented
if we bring in
people.
Archangel,
Coffee.
we're gonna be
Archangel. Maybe if we can make some more
Legit.
we just need to keep making some more connections and maybe we can actually make this thing.
yeah. But it starts with your story, Dustin.
Include
So
the chat,
we'll
of
get that
course,
story
yeah.
written up.
Yeah, I do have a story in mind as far as like what we could do next.
then we
in that
storyboard it.
Story. Yeah, that's the other thing I need to do.
And then we release
Which-
that as the fan film.
Right, right. I haven't started writing my other idea, but I really want to take the time to start
Conquers
writing
Unite.
that. So
Conquers Unite.
Yeah. Well, real.
Conquers Unite.
I want everybody in the chat to be like
I know.
a
I'd
part
love
of it.
That would be so amazing.
Yeah, for
to
sure.
some level, you know.
Sign up. All right, special members. If you do through $500 a month, you
boy.
could be in our. No, I'm just joking. I'm
That
totally joking.
level has not been created
No,
yet.
I'm joking.
Yep. No, it's
But yeah,
it's,
that'd be
it's
awesome.
it would be a lot of fun, and
Yeah.
the process of doing that, we could all put together our little noggins
Yeah.
and hashtag knock. Noggins.
Hashtag knock. Yeah.
Bonkers and yeah.
Yeah.
Unite.
What were you gonna say, fact checker?
Well, it just kind of a side note, but not really. I don't know. They did this kind of in the background. Tribal Postal Service left us some comments saying, I'm on the outside of the chat, but wants to say hi to everyone. Also, hope you are doing great. Blame the time difference for my absence. Blushes and Danish embarrassment. Could that be Dano?
Could be Dano.
Could be Dano. It's been a
Yeah,
while since we've heard
yeah.
from
He
Dano.
said something through email or something.
No,
chat
through
through-
the questions, technically, through
Oh,
Q&A,
what's up?
but is listening
up?
in. So
Yeah.
I wanted to give a shout out.
Anybody
Oh,
from
thank you.
Denmark? Let's go.
Yeah, I know. Pretty awesome.
That's awesome. That's so cool.
Denmark is the bomb. Come on,
Yeah.
we should go there and film,
Wow.
Are
my
you
goodness.
kidding? How much money are we gonna need for that?
yeah.
or we can go to anywhere. I just want to go to Tatooine.
Yeah.
The
Awesome.
bugs.
Is
The
if we,
hourglass.
you know, it'd be like dream would be if we could get as many people like our community.
Oh, it's Dano. It is Dano.
It is Dano.
Okay.
Nice.
Yeah.
Let's
Okay,
go,
I thought
Dano.
so. Yeah,
Go,
good
Dano.
Good to see you.
Absolutely, our favorite Dane.
Yes.
Well,
Great
he puts
Dane.
he puts the Dan in Dane and Dano. I try.
So much
Wow.
there. There was so much there. I didn't even know how to take that.
Us Dans, we know how to do this stuff.
And
It's just
does he put the
it's a
Dan and
skill.
Daniken as well?
No, I put the Dan in Danger.
Oh, okay.
I put the Dan in Danger.
Oh man. Yeah, I would love to, like, ideally in an ideal world, it'd be awesome to get everybody involved. And then the most fun part for me, well, A would be creating it, but B would be if we could do like a fan meetup and do a premiere for the fan film somewhere. That would be amazing. But, but that's going to
Premiere.
all in good time. We have ideas, we have thoughts, and we're always working behind the scenes to try and grow this community and grow this channel so that we can deliver the best Star Wars content for everyone out there. And not just, so that's the thing with us, we try to put our money where our mouth is. And that's why we started with fan films, because we had ideas, we love Star Wars, and we were like, you know what? Let's just make our own. Let's see if we can do it. And we did, you know, to varying degrees of success. And we had a lot of fun making it. And that's why for us, it's really helped us appreciate whenever we do talk Rise of the Fans and we talk about other fan films, stuff like that, because we can really appreciate the work and everything that went behind it. And even when we review Star Wars content in general, to a degree, we can understand how difficult it is and also why we try to be as fair and balanced when it comes to reviewing content in general. So it's good stuff. But yeah, we'll make it one day. Don't you worry. We're going to get there. I want to make a lot more.
Hashtag Rise of the Fans Films.
Yeah, Rise
Rise of the Fan Films.
Yeah.
Yes.
But and I like what Hannah said. Where there's a will, there's a way. So
Yeah, definitely.
with all of us together, we make Star Wars.
Butter.
With all of us together, we make Star Wars butter. It's going to happen. It's just a matter of time. And
I thought it said, well, there's a wall, there's a way. And I said, well, there's a wall.
Well, maybe it's time for you to take a sleep.
No, and then we're just going to George Lucas it.
Yeah.
Just somebody tell us we can't, and then we'll do it.
Okay.
we can't do it.
Oh wow.
Oh, my goodness. Great.
I was
Tomorrow,
It was
we're gonna
encouraging.
Tomorrow we're at it. It's going to be done.
Bismo did say writing one what if a week is enough for me. I don't know.
Yeah,
how people
dude,
can make,
those have
four.
been impressive too.
Huge.
Yeah, Bismo, you're
and
shredding
so
those
much
things.
work. Yeah, I can't.
They're doing
imagine.
great too. I love that they're doing so good, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Keep it up. And they're awesome. They're really good. I definitely enjoy them. Those are such fun thought experiments to follow through.
I saw him say
Let
something
your
about
creative mind go.
this week's going to be a dark one. So I'm like, I thought some of the other ones were dark.
Yeah.
But no,
maybe we
he,
don't.
He leaves them on a hopeful note.
Yeah.
So this one, oh boy,
He's got a great
I'm getting
take.
ready because Dark Side Bismo.
Dark Side
Look out.
Bismo. I like what Carla said, and staying positive though. She said, "Stay positive, optimistic, and hope filled."
Yes.
At Dustin, it can happen. Thank you, Carla, and I see others agreeing with that. It will definitely happen. It's just a matter of time.
Yeah, Dustin.
baby. I wasn't saying it wasn't.
You just said it's
Oh,
not
I
going
did,
to happen.
but I was just to encourage you.
It's on film. I'm
Dang
just
it! They're gonna clip that and use it against me.
But now,
Turn
now
them
it's the
against me.
motivation. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, man.
All right, people. Well, we should probably gonk on out of here.
Mo.
Dark mode.
I was thinking about
Yeah.
Dark Mo coming at you. What was it? The opposite of Yoda. What was it?
Dot.
Dot.
Weird choice, but that's yeah.
Yeah.
So, all right. Well, this has been an epic and fun stream. Did we miss anything else? Fact checker. All right, we got all the questions. Thank you, everybody who submit your questions, who chatted along with us. All you gonkers out there, you guys are amazing. Thank you to the members. Thank you, everybody who supported this channel. I mean, we couldn't have got here 10,000 subs without you guys, and we really appreciate every single one of you, and we care about every single one of you, and we wanted to keep making the best content for you guys. So if you guys have any thoughts, anything like that, we take constructive criticism well, and we enjoy all of you guys. So keep having a great week. Keep having a fun time. We're looking forward to talking more Star Wars with you next week. Same time, same place, Wednesday, 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I just brain farted almost there for a sec.
7 p.m.
I have to say Eastern Standard Time.
Yeah.
But yeah, we appreciate it. Anything you guys want to say before we gonk on out of here?
No.
As in Dan and fact checker.
I'm here. Nope. Gonk
You guys
out.
had already gonked out.
Gonk
I
it
went through
out.
the whole spiel.
What was it? What was Nick's thing? Knockout?
Yeah, Nick knock.
No, don't get Nick knock. Yeah.
Knock
No,
it
it's been a
out.
fun stream. It's good seeing you guys. It's going to be fun seeing you next week, maybe for a few minutes.
Yeah.
Looking forward
Hopefully
to
for
it.
a few minutes. I mean,
Yeah, hopefully.
it's a good month. June is.
June is a good month,
It
but I'm
is.
just saying it's the day after the Acolyte.
I know. That's.
Let's see what happens.
Yeah, but
yeah,
we
we
got
gotta
to
see.
turn it around
Good
somehow.
luck. Yeah, we'll see.
Either way, we're going to be fair and balanced, and we might tear it to shreds, but we're going to have fun doing it with all you guys. So
and then we're gonna go make our fan film after.
then we're going to make our. But
This is
that,
what you're gonna do.
that might be what pushes us over the
Is
edge.
that the
It
catalyst?
might be the catalyst
Is
to start
the
our family.
Acolyte the catalyst?
Oh my
It could be.
goodness.
It could be.
Could be.
Aco-MID,
but
Aco-Good, to
Gizmo,
be
we'll
determined.
see. Yeah. mhm.
Aco-MID, Aco-LIT, Aco-MID, Aco-Lame, or let's get the Aco out of here.
Yep, I agree with
Is
that.
there an Aco in here?
Echo. All right, everybody. Thanks for tuning in. We will catch you next week. Get the gonk out of here. Love you. And don't forget to always stay on target. Beach bugs, Darth Vader. Don't get Dooku'd.